for Johnson tonight. Number 2, number 68, number 21, and number 76. The captains for your Warriors: Kyler Shepard, Johnny Hamilton, Braylon Segaleo, Isaiah Champagne, Caleb Gale, and Caden Keith. May I direct your attention to Ladies and gentlemen, we ask all those that are able to please rise as I direct your attention to the south end zone where the national and state colors are entering the field.
Stand by.
This evening, our color guard is from the Pieper High School Naval Junior ROTC under the command of Major David Powell.
Make sure you can see the drum majors on the side.
Commanding this evening's color guard is Cadet Ensign James Swain.
No one standing up on the bench.
Presenting the Texas flag is Cadet Petty Officer First Class Logan Rios. Escorting this evening colors, Cadet Petty Officer Vicente Guzman and Cadet Seaman Apprentice Caleb McHale. Remain standing and remove your hats as the Pieper High School Band of Warriors, under the direction of Evan Barrett, pays tribute to this great nation, our men and women in uniform throughout the world, and all of our veterans and first responders with the playing of the national anthem.
From Pieper High School, just outside San Antonio, Texas, a very pleasant good evening and welcome to this non-district football game between the Johnson Jaguars and the Pieper Warriors. And it's our pleasure to bring you the game this evening. Along with Noah Torr, I'm Bill Schoening, and we're very happy to bring you this ball game this evening. Both teams got off to very good starts last week. Both teams come in at 1-0, and you've got a passing offense with the Warriors and a running offense with the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Pieper Warriors have a lethal passing offense with Caden Keith. Caden Keith last week had 4 passing touchdowns. He had 1 on the ground. And then, in addition, Johnson Jaguars on the ground, 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 from their quarterback, Estrada, and then 3 from the man himself, Bubba Johnson.
Yeah, Bubba Johnson, 30 carries last week for almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Johnson's win over their opening opponent. Of course, the Pieper win over Bernie was pretty impressive, but the win over Johnson, or over Judson, was pretty good for Johnson as well. And so now both teams coming in at 1-0 and hoping to pick up where they left off last week.
Both teams coming in 1-0. Both teams not wanting to go 1-1. We've got 398 yards last week from the Jaguars and 410 yards from the Warriors. We've got high-powered offenses coming into tonight.
13-5A Division I, the Pieper Warriors. And again, you talk about Caden Keith, and he's got a lot of different receivers that he likes to throw to, including Isaiah Champagne, who's got 3 catches. Now we see the numbers here, 310 yards through the air last week. And, of course, Elvis Estrada getting his first high school start as a sophomore, coming in for the very talented Ty Hawkins. He was put in a tough spot, but he completed 14 of 19 passes.
Yeah, he looked not bad for his first official start in high school. He's got some big shoes to fill from Ty Hawkins now over at IMG Academy. But Estrada paired with Bubba Johnson, they've got that run game on the ground moving.
And we are just about ready to go as the Warriors will have the ball first. And we're getting ready set. You know, last week I did the Davenport game. It was very windy. It looks like the weather conditions are perfect for tonight.
No, it's a beautiful night for football. It's Friday Night Lights in the Hill Country. What more could you ask for?
Absolutely. All right, ready to go here. Teeing it up.
We just talked about how it wasn't windy, and now the ball's off the tee.
Exactly. Noah Garza is the kicker. And we're set and ready to go. Good crowd on hand here. Fans still filing in to Warrior Stadium. And we're glad you're with us this evening on the Warriors Football Network. Bill Shoving along with Noah Torr and our entire crew here in San Antonio. And here's the kick, and it will be taken at the 5-yard line. A fair catch called for there. And it'll come out 1st and 10, as it was Isaiah Champagne handling the kickoff duties. We're going to say his name an awful lot this evening.
Yeah, that's the man to watch. He had 3 receptions last week, and every time he touched the football, it was a touchdown. He
amazing.
was money last week.
This offense got off to a very quick start last week with 2 touchdowns in their first 3 plays. So we'll see if they can get off to a good start again this week.
See if they can just match it. It was easy. It was 3 plays, 2 touchdowns.
Brady Hoppers, guy who had 7 carries last week. We'll be saying his name an awful lot. He's in the backfield along with the quarterback, Caden Keith. First play from scrimmage from the 25-yard line for the Warriors. That's Palmer going in motion, rolling to the left, looking to throw. Keith, he fakes it, and then he runs outside, and he's brought out of bounds after no gain at all. Maybe a little bit of a yard or half a yard or so, but he was nobody open downfield, and a good pursuit that time by Johnson. Yeah,
Caden Keith not afraid to tuck and run. He is always on the move. That offensive line is going to be the group to watch for Pieper, as that defensive line is strong for the Johnson Jaguars.
They mark him at the 26, so a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 now for the Warriors. Their first offensive possession. We are just underway from Pieper. Caden Keith throws right, and that pass is caught on a slant, and that's good enough for the first down out to the 39-yard line. Champagne with his first catch, but it won't be his last. He had 3 catches for 88 yards last week.
Yeah, Caden Keith right there getting over 10 yards on that completion. Last week he had over 18 yards per completion.
Andrew Grindstaff is in the slot to the right. Wide receiver right, and 2 receivers left, including Champagne, and he is in the slot to the left-hand side. This team is going to throw a lot tonight. From the 39-yard line, little toss sweep coming right, and he's trying to find some room. That is Hopper, and he gets maybe 2 or 3 yards, but just a little inside pitch that time, trying to catch Johnson off guard.
Yeah, that's going to be common for Pieper. Never go under center. They always love do a little toss sweep to their running back, either Hopper or you're going to see John Hamilton a lot, the senior.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 coming up here. And again, no huddle look. That's Hopper alongside the quarterback, Keith. He surveys the defense. 2nd down and about 7. Keith to throw. Good protection. Deep over the middle. He's got his man, Champagne. He's got it, and he is inside the 15-yard line down to the 14. A beautiful throw from Caden Keith to Isaiah Champagne.
There's that connection that we are going to see time and time again tonight. Keith to Champagne. That's a toast. Let's give a toast to Keith and Champagne right over the middle. He was wide open. He split that defense. Beautiful route by Champagne. Beautiful throw by Keith. They're inside the 20.
1st and 10 now for the Warriors in the 14-yard line. They're on the move, starting just like they did last week against Bernie. Keith calls 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers right. Champagne goes in motion left. They fake a handoff to him. He's going to keep it. Running to the right, Keith, and he will scamper out of bounds after a short gain. He got to about the 12, so he picked up a couple of yards. And as you mentioned, he's very aware of his surroundings, a very poised quarterback.
He is always aware of what's going on inside the pocket. He's not afraid to move inside the pocket. More often than not, he will move outside of that lineman on the tackles.
They move him, they mark him out at the 11-yard line. So second down now for Keith. Empty set. They'll use this a lot. Looking left. Fakes. Now he's going to try to run. Running to the left, and he's going to tuck it under at the 5. Gets hit. Struggles forward. Gets the goal line. Touchdown. What a run by Caden Keith. An 11-yard touchdown run, and the Warriors break out on top.
He took so many licks before getting to the end zone. I'm surprised that he didn't fall down. He took 1, 2, 3. Got to the end zone. You did not think he was going to get all the way there, and then he hits a little extension at the last second for 6 points for the Warriors.
11-yard touchdown run. The touchdown occurs with 10:16 remaining in the opening quarter.
Looks like we've got a Johnson player down in the end zone.
Yeah, I just saw that. So timeout on the field right now as they work on that Johnson player. Can't quite pick up the number just yet. Let's hope he's all right. And right now they're getting ready for the extra point as Daniel Miranda is on the field, and he'll try this extra point, but they've got to work on this Johnson player first, unfortunately. Well, that was an impressive drive right out of the chute, just like you predicted.
Absolutely. It was about 4 plays, 5 plays. They marched all the way down the field. That big play from Caden Keith to Isaiah Champagne. Champagne's already got about as many receptions as he had last week, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game yet.
Yeah, he had the big one to set up the 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Looks like it's number 1 on Johnson. Maybe number 21, Aiden Poteet.
Yeah, he's one of their top linebackers, one of the best defensive players. Poteet had a big week last week.
He had 16 tackles and half a sack. Can't forget that.
He sure did. So let's hope he's all right. He's being helped off, though, and that's not a good sign. So, okay, on to attempt the extra point. Daniel Miranda, the senior, to try to make this a 7-0 lead. As, again, the Pieper Warriors go on a 75-yard drive right down the field. And Caden Keith scampers in from 11 yards out for the first score of the game.
Miranda went 1 for 2 last week, had a field goal or an extra point attempt blocked. Let's see if he can kick it through the uprights tonight.
If we make this, it is fights on full. If we make this, it is fights on full. Stand up.
Here's the extra point attempt by Miranda, and it is good. There's a timeout on the field with 10:16 remaining in the opening quarter, and the Pieper Warriors lead the Johnson Jaguars 7-0. This is the Warriors Network.
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
That was Gabe Simpson jumping on top of that ball that bumped right in the middle of a bunch of just everybody sitting around wondering where that, and it landed with Johnson. Johnson got very lucky there on the break. They're going to start on offense with some not so bad field position right around the 30-yard line.
Elvis Estrada is the sophomore. He's the quarterback. Working out of the shotgun. Hands Johnson his first carry, running right, and they stuff him after a short gain of about 3 yards out to the 35-yard line. And one of the players that we're going to talk about a lot on the Pieper defense is Thor Michael Bust. He's one of the captains He wears number 44.
Yeah,
lines up left defensive end.
That guy had a great is an understatement. He had a fantastic game last week. He was one of the Pieper football players of the week. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses. Watch him tonight.
Out of the shotgun on 2nd down and 7. Estrada fakes the handoff and will throw over the middle. And this pass is behind the intended receiver, incomplete at the 50-yard line. He had time to throw. It was a quick toss, but he threw it behind the intended receiver, and it will be 3rd down now.
He had a guy open in the middle. He had to throw that football on a rope. Couldn't quite get it there. You said it. Threw it behind his receiver just a smidge. Couldn't get it. It's going to be 3rd and about 8 or 7.
Yeah, 7. Ethan Day was the intended receiver. And Estrada, who completed 14 of 19 passes last week, and Johnson's win over Judson in his debut as a starter, completing 74% of his passes. He also carried 9 times for 28 yards, but faces a 3rd and 7 early from his own 35-yard line. Looking left, now throws over the middle, and this pass is almost intercepted, incomplete. And they were all over that play right there.
Yeah.
Kyle Shepler was there defensively.
They were all over that like stink on poop. I mean, they were right in the middle of everything. I'm a little confused as to why Estrada threw it right in the middle. You need 8 yards to go and get, and you're tossing it in between a bunch of Pieper Warrior defenders. It's a 3-and-out for the Johnson Jaguars.
Hopper is back deep to receive the punt, along with Grindstaff. And they should have pretty good field position after this exchange. Already a 7-0 lead for Pieper. And Johnson goes 3-and-out on their first possession. Late getting on one of the special teams players. And also, Pieper was late getting a guy off the field.
Let's just keep subbing.
Now, is a timeout going to be called here? Or are they going to call a delay of game, perhaps, against Johnson? They are. So, too many guys moving around. Now, this, of course, is the second game. Sometimes in the first game you see some of that where a guy forgets his assignment. He's on special teams. And, it can cost the team 5 yards like it did right there for Johnson.
Johnson looks a little chaotic right now.
Hopper back deep to receive the punt, along with Grindstaff. And they're going to let this hit at the 26-yard line. It will take a nice Johnson roll inside the 15 and still rolling all the way inside the 10. How about that punt? As the Pieper Warriors got to start inside their own 10-yard line, way back at their 8-yard line.
What a punt. That was incredible. I mean, that's probably going to be one of the longest punts that we've seen in 5A so far this season. That was a fantastic punt from Johnson.
I'm just trying to figure it out. 15 plus 42. So that's a 57-yard punt.
No,
that was in my that was in my head. So don't check my math on that.
Honestly,
that's the best I can come up with.
I was going to let you do the math on that one since you're the one handling all the play-by-play stuff. I was going to let you figure that out. I'm just going to ride your coattails.
I can handle some play-by-play stuff, but don't give me too much math.
I took this college credit course that I took was called Ideas in Math, so I'm not your guy.
I got you. From their own 8-yard line, Caden Keith and the Warrior offense. Here's a little pitch to Champagne, looking for room, and he gets a great block, and he's got the first down and gets outside the 20 all the way to the 22-yard line.
Got a flag on the play down around the 10-yard line. Could be holding against Pieper.
Yeah, I don't think the players have seen this flag yet. Now they do.
Got a flag against Johnson. Pieper going to get to move the football up a little bit further. Isaiah Champagne took that handoff in the sweep. Wow, we're getting a lot of movement there from Pieper. They're going to move all the way up to the 37-yard line. Isaiah Champagne last week, he threw the football 1 for 1, 100% completion rate. Thought that's what was going to happen again, but he ran the ball. Great field position for Pieper right now.
Hopper next to Keith in the backfield. Hopper gets the call, and he's hit in the backfield for a loss of 2 at the 35-yard line. Good penetration by the defense. Jaden Bell got through quickly.
Yeah, Jaden Bell last week, 2 tackles for losses, 2 sacks. That guy is a disruptor. Pieper offensive line is going to have their hands full with him.
2nd down and 12, an empty set for Caden Keith. He's got 4 receivers to the left and a single receiver right. 2nd down and 12 from his own 35-yard line. Keith bobbles the snap, picks it back up, rolls to the right, looking downfield. He's going to throw on the run, and this ball is incomplete. It was between Drake and Champagne. It went in between them and falls incomplete. 3rd down and long coming up.
And Sam Draper of the Jaguars was sitting there, hands going up and down. He wanted that football so badly. You don't get many opportunities to get a pick off of Caden Keith. When you do, you got to take your chances. No wonder he was a little upset. We got lucky. Warriors got lucky on that one.
3rd down and 12. for Caden Keith and the Warriors. They lead at 7-0. This is their second offensive possession. Still very early in this ball game with 8 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Rolling to the right. Keith looking to throw. He's going to throw on the run again, and this ball is incomplete. It was intended at the 48-yard line and a little too tall for Evan Drake. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Keith has gotten flushed out of the pocket 2 times in a row. You can see how impressive that defensive line for the Jaguars is. Getting in the backfield, the offensive line of Pieper overwhelmed, not knowing what to do. That's going to be something to watch tonight. That war at the line of scrimmage, battle after battle, it's going to turn into a war.
So that incomplete pass stops the clock with 8:15 to go in the opening quarter. And Johnson should have pretty decent field position after this exchange. Oh, they snapped, they blocked the punt, and Johnson picks it up inside the 15-yard line, and they're going to have it 1st and 10 just outside the 10.
Wow. Wow. We've got ourselves a football game.
Looked like it might have been Jamichael Jackson that got in there. Also, Mikhail McCreary was part of the special teams unit that just smothered that, and now Johnson wants to take advantage of this opportunity. The ball's going to be set up just outside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, so they actually can get a first down without scoring. Now we see the replay here as there was a scramble forward after the block, and again, McCreary was there for the Johnson Jaguars.
Special teams has been something for the last week. They had a hard time on the extra points. They punted 3 times, about 37 yards on average. That snap was high, just unfortunate for the Warriors. Now the Jaguars at the 10-yard line about to punch it in.
They want to take advantage of this opportunity for sure. And here's Estrada rolling left, and not much there. Got to the 10, where it will be 2nd down and goal, as once again the Pieper defense did a good job stringing it out over there defensively.
If I'm Johnson right here, I'm wanting to look to your guy. I'm wanting to look to the man named after the team, Bubba Johnson. I'm wanting Bubba Johnson. I'm wanting to hand him the ball and say, sir, can you please? Can you just punch it in for me?
They're at the 10-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Johnson is in the backfield along with Estrada and 2 wide receivers to the right. Estrada runs into Johnson, and this play never develops properly. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. A little miscommunication between the quarterback Estrada and the running back Johnson, and the result is now 3rd down and goal from the 10.
The man himself that we were talking about earlier, Thor, swinging his hammer, coming in the backfield to be another disruptor for the Warriors. And now, once they started at the 10, now they're starting further back, and the touchdown is looking less and less likely. They're going to have to do something here, either a long run or they're just going to have to get close, 2-down territory, maybe even to try to punch it in. If you have an opportunity to score on the Warriors, you want to try to take advantage of that.
You see Michael Buss with that good defensive play on the previous play. Now it is 3rd down from the 10-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. They'd have to get just inside the 1 to do that. Looking to throw, Estrada being chased out of the pocket, rolling left under some pressure. He gets drilled as he throws the ball incomplete. And man, did he get popped. There were 2 defenders over there, and man, he got hit hard. Let's hope Estrada's all right, because he had to give up his body to get rid of that ball.
Estrada having a hard time to get up, and you can see he is hunched over right around the 18-yard line. Estrada, we're going to look and see whether or not he's going to come back in on the next possession. He had Ethan Day in the back right corner, wide open, but under so much pressure, he couldn't get the ball there. They're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Nino Spina is the guy who made the big hit. And now the short field goal attempt from Noah Garza. This is a 22-yard attempt from just inside the right hash. Bad snap, but he gets the hold down, and the kick is up, and it is through, I believe. Let's see. Yep, it did get through the uprights. That was a good job by the holder, because that snap was high, but he got it down. There's a timeout on the field, the new score, with 6:33 to go in the opening quarter. Pieper 7, Johnson 3, and this is the Warrior Football Network.
Hey Pieper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
short scoring drive. After the blocked field goal was a short scoring drive for the Johnson Jaguars. They settled on a field goal from Noah Garza, 22 yards out. Now with 6:33 to go in the opening quarter. Ball game. I'm sure he might have settled there, but they got something out of it.
They did get something out of it. You want at least some points against the Pieper Warriors because they have a prolific offense that is going to try to march down to the end zone every single time you give them the chance.
And here's the ensuing kickoff, and it will be taken by one of the up men, and he stumbles and falls at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Pieper Warriors will start at the 22. And they want to get a good possession here because Johnson had a little momentum that last drive.
Johnson got a lot of momentum because of a Pieper Warriors mistake on special teams. So now you got Caden Keith marching back out on the field. The mindset that you have going in is, of course, you want to find Isaiah Champagne, but you also want to try to get a lot of the other guys involved, and you're going to see potentially an open backfield, not an open backfield for Pieper, but
It's John Hamilton alongside the quarterback, getting ready to throw. Keith, watch out, he gets sacked from behind. Lost back at the 16-yard line.
that was Cameron McDuffie in the backfield, causing some mayhem back there. Cameron McDuffie didn't have a sack last week. He's listed as a cornerback. So you got a little cornerback rush coming in, throwing the Warriors off guard. Now you've got 2nd and about 18.
And then lost all the way back to the 17-yard line. Out of the shotgun. The guy's going to hand off from a little delayed draw, and he gets a lot of that yardage back. As that is Hamilton out to the 26, 27-yard line.
Little delayed draw, got about 9 yards on that carry. That's a lot. That's what that delayed draw is used for because the defense is expecting pass, and so they back all the way up, and you can get a lot of yards to then give you an advantage on 3rd down where you still have a lot of yards, but less yards than what you had before.
It's 3rd and 9 now out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers to the right. Caden Keith will throw for it. Good protection again across the middle, and this one's batted down incomplete. And, man, that linebacker thought that he had a pick as that ball was right in the hands of the linebacker Matthew Reyna, but he couldn't haul it in.
Matthew Reyna right in the middle of the field. Caden Keith, he's having a little bit of a harder time tonight. He's not having as much freedom and flexibility as he was having last week against Bernie. This week, that Johnson defense, stout, strong, standing up against that offense. This is going to be the Pieper Warriors offense versus the Johnson Jaguars defense.
So once again, it's Carter Norsworthy who was the punter. He'll hit this punt around the 15-yard line. So again, Johnson should have excellent field position after the exchange. And here's the punt. It's a low squibber, and it will roll out of bounds around midfield. So not a great punt. Johnson again will have excellent field position here. They're going to start right at midfield.
Johnson does not have a lot of ground that they need to take to go into the end zone after that punt from Pieper.
Score 7-3. Scoring so far, an 11-yard run by Keith for Pieper at the 10-16 mark of the opening quarter. Miranda added the extra point and capped off a 5-play, 75-yard scoring drive. Then a 22-yard field goal for Johnson from Noah Garza made the score 7-3 with 6:33 to go in the opening quarter. And now Johnson's going to try to take the lead with 5:13 to go here in quarter number 1 from the 50. Estrada throwing left, complete, and this is a gain of about 5 yards, the wide receiver, as he got to the 45-yard line. And that's one of the guys we were talking about, these wide receivers. They've got so many different players. Hamilton is the guy that made, or not Hamilton, but rather the wide receiver there who made the catch for them. You got all kinds of guys like Crawford and Thompson and Perez and Day that are out there that can make plays for the Johnson offense and help out their quarterback, Estrada. Here's a pitch out coming to the near side and to the 40 and to the 36-yard line. Good run there as he got around the corner. And that was Bubba Johnson once again.
There he is, Bubba Johnson. On the previous play, that is exactly the kind of pass that you need to give Estrada. You need to give him short, quick passes. Don't give him too much time to think. Give him some slants. Make it easy for your quarterback. And then you hand it off to Bubba Johnson. You say, hey, Johnson, can you do some work for me?
At the 37-yard line now, it is 1st and 10 for Johnson. And again, they're trying to take the lead with this possession. They started this drive right at the 50-yard line. They have not yet led in this ball game. 7-3 lead for the Warriors. Handoff Estrada to Johnson. Not much there. Good defense that time. They really stacked it up in the middle of the line that time. They were ready. There were a number of different defenders there. Once again, Michael Bust, you see 44 in the middle of all that.
Stack the box. They were trying to. What Pieper does is they have 3 guys up at the front. They run a 3-3-5 defense, but more often than not, they will send more than 3 guys, whether that's an outside linebacker, middle linebacker who's operating as a quarterback spy, where he's just keeping an eye on the quarterback, making sure he's not doing anything funky back there. But always, Pieper will always, more often than not, send more than those 3 guys that they have down.
They have a 3 running back look right now. Now one guy goes in motion. That is Crawford. Looking to throw Estrada. Chased out of the pocket. Going to tuck it under and go. Flag is down behind the play. He gets to about the 33-yard line. This looks like it might be some sort of an illegal block on the part of the Johnson Jaguars.
It's going to be holding against the Jaguars. Couldn't contain the man. Leighton Springer ran right through that offensive line. He ended up on the ground, tackle from the offensive line. I mean, you might as well hold him so he's not trying to hurt your quarterback.
Well, remember, they started this possession at the 50-yard line, and this penalty is going to move them all the way back to the 46. So they still have to get to the 26-yard line, maybe the 27-yard line for a first down. So now it is second down and long, about 19 yards to go here for the Jaguars at the Pieper 46-yard line. Estrada's got 2 guys next to him. Johnson looking left. Now he's going to cut right and has the first down as he struggles forward and dives forward, very close to the first down marker. Yeah, they're going to move the chains. That's a nice run.
He was so quick on that. You saw he went immediately to the left, then he had a hole in the right, and he cut back to the right, and those feet just kept churning and churning, and he picked up exactly what they need to not give them the best situation, but just an optimal situation. You got second and long. You're trying to get to third and shorter.
And now it's 1st and 10 for Johnson. They have 2 receivers to the right now. In fact, they've got a wing back to the right as well. They're going to send a man in motion to the left. That is Thompson. Handoff up the middle. Not much room that time for Bubba as he got drilled right away. Good play there by number 34 for Pieper. And that is Caleb Gale.
Yeah, you saw Caleb Gale come out of that, tapping the top of his head. He was ready to go in the middle of that. And Johnson offense is staying on the field. 4th and 10, they look like they're going to go for it.
They certainly are. Now, they've got decent field position, so if they don't make it, it's not like they're giving up an awful lot because they're at the 37-yard line now of Pieper. But certainly they would love to pick up this first down. The clock is running with 1:25 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-3 lead for Pieper. The Pieper fans on their feet wanting a stop here defensively. On 4th down and long, Estrada will throw deep down the middle, and this ball is almost intercepted, incomplete. I don't see any flags. Excellent coverage. They went for all of it there on that 4th down play, and there was excellent defensive coverage by Jackson Hopper for Pieper.
They tried to go deep when they had 4th and 10 to try to catch the Warriors defense off guard. They thought that they might try to go short and just get enough yards to go for the first down. Instead, the Jaguars called a long play. They said, hey, everybody go deep. Let's try to make something happen here. Let's see if we can get them on their heels. The defense was absolutely ready for that. Now the Pieper Warriors have the football at the 37-yard line.
Andrew Grindstaff in the ball game, along with Evan Drake, we should say. And the quarterback is Caden Keith. Trying to add to a 7-3 lead here late in the first quarter. Hand off to Hamilton. Not much. Maybe a couple of yards. He struggles forward to get close to the 40-yard line. Give him some credit for making 3 yards out of that play. Once again, Jaden Bell defensively.
Pieper's trying to get something moving on offense outside of Caden Keith. They're trying to get either Hamilton going. They're trying to get Hopper going. They're just trying to get something going after that incredible first drive that they had.
2nd down and 7 from their own 40-yard line for Caden Keith and the Pieper Warriors. Empty set. Little toss. Hamilton coming left, gets a block, but then he can't get away from the defender. That's a very good defensive play for Johnson, as it was Isaiah Torres, the linebacker, who wrapped him up.
Pieper having to get creative where they're moving 3 men around the corner just to make some room for Hamilton to get a few yards. They've got 3rd and short, which is a glimmer of hope.
They need about 3. This is a very important play here for Pieper. Might be the final play of the opening quarter. 3rd and 3 from their own 44. Hamilton running right. Nope, he's going to get tripped up from behind in the backfield and falls forward right at the line of scrimmage. Another good defensive play by the Johnson linebackers. That time it was Matthew Reyna, and I would imagine that it's going to be 4th down and punting time. I don't think they'd take a chance here in their own territory. That's going to be the final play of the opening quarter. Very entertaining opening quarter. 7-3 Pieper over Johnson at the end of 1, and this is the Warrior Football Network. Are just about ready to resume the second quarter of play. Pieper Warriors lead the Johnson Jaguars 7-3. I'm Bill Schoening along with Noah Torr and our entire production crew from here in San Antonio. We're glad you're with us this evening on the Warriors Football Network. So now it is 4th down and 3, a big 4th down play here. They're going to go for it in their own territory. Keith will throw, rolling right, throwing down the right sideline, looking for a man, and he's got it complete for the first down inside the 20-yard line. Andrew Grindstaff with a beautiful catch from Caden Keith.
The Warriors just did what the Jaguars attempted to do on their first down, where they had some yards to get. They tried to go long, couldn't get it. Warriors copy-paste, do the exact same thing. Andrew Grindstaff with a great catch in stride.
Beautiful throw from Keith. 1st down and 10 now from the 20. And now the Warriors on the move, driving on the Jaguars. Empty set, looking to throw, rolling to the left after pressure. Keith throws in the run, incomplete, wide of the intended target at the 10-yard line. He was trying to get it to Palmer over there. It'll be 2nd down.
Keith, whenever he gets flushed outside of the pocket, tries to find a receiver open, and his receivers don't quite know what to do in the midst of the chaos, and he normally ends up either overthrowing them just a little bit, underthrowing just a little bit. Completions are hard to come by so far when Caden Keith has been flushed outside of the pocket.
2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line of Johnson. Early second quarter, Pieper trying to add to a 7-3 lead. Caden Keith will throw on 2nd down. Watch out. They pick up the blitz nicely. Now he's going to step up and run. He's got plenty of room. The 10, and he is knocked down at the 7-yard line where it will be 1st and goal for Caden Keith and the Warriors.
I think Caden Keith had about 15 yards of room between him and the next defender who could get to him. Caden Keith had so much room to run, it would have been a dumb play to not take the ball, tuck, and run. And now the Warriors have the ball inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
From the 7, it is 1st down and goal for the Warriors. Keith out of the shotgun. Hands coming right, and there's room. He gets hit at the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown. It's a touchdown for John Hamilton.
John Hamilton, plug and play, right there from the 7-yard line. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. He had one last week against Bernie, as you see here on the replay. Wide open space. I think I probably could have driven my 4Runner right through that. I think there was enough room for me to just plow right through.
Miranda is on to attempt the extra point. The touchdown occurs with 11:07 to go in the second quarter. And here's the extra point from Miranda. It is up, and it is good. And there's a timeout on the field with 11:07 to go in the second quarter, and the new score. The Pieper Warriors lead the Johnson Jaguars 14-3. This is the Warrior Football Network. An impressive drive by the Pieper Warriors that included a 4th down conversion on 4th and 3 from their own territory. And a big pass play to Andrew Grindstaff sets them up in great shape. And they get a 7-yard touchdown run from John Hamilton. Miranda after the extra point. And now with 11:07 to go in the second quarter, Pieper leads at 14-3 over Johnson.
So far, the 2 big passing plays, one to Isaiah Champagne for the first touchdown, the second one to Andrew Grindstaff, have set up beautiful scores by the Warriors. Those big passing plays are going to be a key for that offense.
And here's Miranda's kickoff, and it will be taken at the goal line, a little bit outside the goal line, and he fumbles the ball. It's a loose ball, and the Warriors say they've recovered, and I believe they have. It was Jaden Perez who brought the ball from the 1-yard line, and he never really looked completely comfortable, Noah, when he brought the ball out. It looked like he was a little bit not quite sure what to do there.
Running off to his right, just a great hit right there by number 14 on the Warriors, Jake Molman, senior wide receiver on special teams coverage, put his head down, got in there, and now we've seen 2 big plays so far, 2 mistakes from each team. Pieper with the punt, the high snap where Johnson got set up for their field goal, and now Pieper inside the 20-yard line after a mistake from Johnson. Last week, there were two fumbles from Johnson that ended in Judson points, and now we've got the exact same situation.
This is a strange setup. They've got 4 receivers in kind of a bubble to the right side, and they're going to have a direct snap to the man behind center. That is not Keith. The snap was wide of him. He picks it back up. That's Grindstaff. That didn't work out at all very well. The snap was wide. He picked it up and lost a couple of yards. They were just trying to throw Johnson off guard a little bit, and that trick play did not work.
Pieper had some creative plays last week. Isaiah Champagne was 1 for 1. Incredible. You always want to have 100% completion rate. This week, tried to have the exact same thing, tried to be creative with Andrew Grindstaff in the Wildcat formation, quads off to the right, nothing doing. Bad snap.
So Keith is ready to go now. 2nd down and long after a loss of about 5 on that play from the 21, 2nd down and 15. Brody Hooper back in there now. Fakes the handoff to Hooper. Keith will throw. Rolling right, looking, and he's going to tuck it under and go. Stays in bounds, then he steps out, but he did a nice little job of tight roping for a couple of yards inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line.
He was high-stepping right along that sideline.
Yeah.
He was going toes right along. He was trying so hard. He saw number 89, Evan Drake, running a post route out to the side. Couldn't quite get to him. The DBs had great coverage for Johnson, and he still got a few yards.
They mark about at the 13-yard line. They need the 7. So 3rd down and a long 6 or a short 7 for this first down here. Pieper trying to take advantage and building a 14-3 lead. Grindstaff goes in motion. Little toss to Hopper coming right and not there. No, good defensive play there. They read that beautifully that time. Johnson, give them a lot of credit as coming up to make the defensive play that time for the Jaguars was Elijah Guajardo.
So far, Pieper's had a hard time getting those small chunks of yards time after time. They've gotten their big breaks when they had the pass to Andrew Grindstaff, got a big break to Isaiah Champagne, but those small yardage situations have been hard to come by.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. So instead of trying a field goal, they're going to go for it on 4th down and about 7 from the 13-yard line. Big play here for the Johnson defense if they can get a stop. And now we hear the whistles blow, and it looks like the timeout is called here by Pieper. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. Pieper trying to add to a 14-3 lead with 9:27 to go in the second quarter. This is the Warriors Football Network.
Never forget, in the pursuit of victory, that for Texans, how we win is just as important as winning itself. That's why we compete the Texas way, with a respect for others, control of self, and a spirit of competition. Because we know that true champions not only excel on the field, but have the kind of character that make them champions in the game of life. Now let's go out there and compete the Texas way. For in this moment, on this stage today, you are more than just a player, a coach, or a fan. You are a champion of integrity, a guardian of honor. You are an ambassador of the game. This is our legacy. This is the Texans way.
Daniel Miranda is going to attempt a 30-yard field goal out of the hold of Hopper. The kick's got plenty of distance, and this kick is good. So that will extend the Piper lead to 17-3, a 30-yard field goal from Daniel Miranda. Timeout on the field with 9:21 remaining in the second quarter, and your score, 17-3, Piper over Johnson. This is the Warrior Football Network.
Hey, buddy, got your glove?
Yep, I got it right here. You're coming, right?
Of course. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Don't forget the you-know-whats.
Whether you're gearing up for a big project or a big game, GVTC has everything you need to stay connected.
What do you think?
They are going to love these.
From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GVTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business.
Thank you.
You made it. Hey, what is it? Whoa, jersey!
With deep roots in the community, we're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future for the areas we serve. Our GVTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GVTC, connecting you.
A 30-yard field goal by Daniel Miranda has given the Piper Warriors a 17-3 lead. Piper's looking very sharp early in this one.
Yeah, they really have so far. Caden Keith looking good. Isaiah Champagne looking great. Grindstaff also looking good. The offense has been firing on all cylinders when they get those long breaks. Those short yardage situations are tough, but they've been able to score 17 points, so you can't complain.
Well, Elvis Estrada and Bubba Johnson and the rest of the Jaguars offense now has to get something going here because they trail 17-3. And knowing this Piper Warriors offense, they're probably not going to settle for 17 points this evening. So it's going to be important for Johnson to get some points on the board at some point. And not that it's desperation time or anything. It's still very early in the game, 9:21 to go in the second quarter. But you get the sense they need to get something going, right?
They absolutely sorry, the question almost caught me off guard. I was like, absolutely they need to get something going. It's Bubba Johnson. Get some movement on the offensive line. Get some short, quick throws for Estrada. Start getting just some yardage put together.
Play action fake, rolling to the right. Estrada's going to throw, and that ball is caught outside the 35-yard line for the first down, out to the 37. And that pass caught by Bryson Thompson. He had one catch last week, and now he's on the board this week with a catch, and the gain out to, let's call it, the 37.
Bryson Thompson wide open in the flat. Great pass by Estrada.
On first down, the hand to Johnson, and he's trying to find some room. He cuts outside. Watch out. He gets to the right sideline and gets bumped out of bounds, but that was a very nice run after it looked like they had him bottled up.
Holy cow. He said, oop, don't touch me. Oop, don't touch me. Oop, don't touch me. And then he went around, and he was high-stepping the sideline again for a first down. We're getting movement. They're moving the football.
Over 200 total yards last week for Bubba Johnson. And up the middle again, not much room. This time they wrap him up for a short gain of 2 right at the 50-yard line. And you talk about a workhorse, 30 carries last week. He's probably going to get 30 carries this week as well.
The Johnson offense picking up the pace a little bit, trying to keep Piper on their heels. They're absolutely moving a little bit quicker this time around.
They only got 3 points so far, and we're approaching the halfway mark of this second quarter of play. So they definitely need to get something going offensively. And now they'll work out of the huddle here. Second down and about 8. Estrada out of the shotgun. The sophomore will look right and throw right. This pass is caught. He gets a block. That's Johnson outside the 40, or inside the 40, we should say, down to the 35-yard line. So they're moving the ball around a little bit, and they're trying to get him the ball in different situations.
Put him in the backfield, put him outside. They're just trying to get some movement, exactly like we just talked about. Spice it up, do something a little bit different, and they're absolutely doing that because they're trying to score a touchdown.
Estrada now has them on the move. Just inside the 40. He's going to keep it this time. And actually, it looked like the Piper defense kind of stopped. I don't know if they thought the whistle blew, but it looked like a couple of guys on the Piper defense kind of stopped for a moment there.
Design quarterback draw. That right side of Piper, that right side of the football for Johnson has been working so far every single time on this drive.
Second down and about 5 from the 31-yard line. Estrada again out of the shotgun. Now he might be changing the play a little bit. That's Johnson alongside him. That's Thompson, the wide receiver, to the left. Perez in the slot to the right. Second down and about 5. He's going to keep it this time, Estrada, to the right sideline, and he breaks one tackle but does not get the first down. He's going to be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards shy. It's like there's an injured Warrior down there. Kyle Shepler? Or is it number 6 or number 0? 6 is Oling. 0 is Shepler. Yeah, Shepler's okay. He's up, so it must be Oling number 6 if you can see that number. But let's hope he's all right because this is the second time we've had an injury in this ball game. 17-3, Pieper over Johnson. We're in the second quarter, and Johnson finally getting something going offensively, but they got to score, or they want to score, obviously, on this drive, but to get something, at least 3, and they had a chance earlier and had to settle for a field goal from short distance. That was the 22-yard field goal from Noah Garza. That's the only score they've had so far. That was with 6:33 to go in the opening quarter.
You come down, 3 makes you feel good. You want 6, though. 6 makes it interesting. 3 makes you feel a little better about what you're doing on offense, but you want to come down. You want to get 6. You want to make it 10-17 because then Piper's going to get a drive, and then you're hopefully going to get one more drive coming into half.
And it was Oling coming off the field. So Pieper on defense. Will Potts, the nose guard there, to line up against McNeil, the center for Johnson.
Oh, and we got a big man, Ben Cook, in the backfield. They're going right up the gut. Look at all those men in the backfield, Bill.
They sure do. 3rd down and 2. They're going to hand it off to Johnson, and he's got the first down and much more inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line. If you don't bottle him up early, he's going to get some yards on you. And that time he picks up the first down, and now Johnson is definitely on the move inside the 25-yard line.
They brought in the jumbo package, threw in Ben Cook in the backfield, and they just said, Ben, why don't you cook for us? And then Johnson went in, and he did the exact same thing. Chef's kiss.
17-yard line of scrimmage for Johnson. They trail by 14, and as Noah mentioned, they definitely want 6 here. Estrada will throw, or no, he's going to run now. He tucks it under, and he goes right, and he's picked up after a short gain. Tackle made by Rahal Lopez out there in the flat. Estrada, it's almost like he's deceiving the defense a little bit, almost like he's not going to run, and then he kind of tucks it under and goes.
It looked like he faked left, and then he moved right. Again, the right side, wide open, and it's just working for Johnson.
No gain on that play. They need the 7-yard line for the first down. Bobbled it. Now he hands it off to Johnson, cutting right, and he's hit, but stays in bounds, and I think he got the first down. Shepler finally got him and knocked him out of bounds, but he was able to tiptoe along the sideline and get very close to the first down.
That's got to, they're about a yard short. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Jumbo package. Run it back one more time.
Well, let's
see what happens.
Yep. Johnson stays in the ball game. And in this situation, obviously, you'd think that they're going to call his number. It's
Looks
3rd down and less than a yard.
Going to go trips on the left.
I
Maybe
think they're
throwing.
Let's see. Big play here for Johnson. It's a keeper for Estrada, and he's got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. 7-yard touchdown run for Estrada. Elvis Estrada, the first touchdown of the evening for Johnson. And they're right back in it.
They are right back in it. We talked about 3 points makes you feel good. You want 6. And they went down and they got 6. Estrada, that drive was marvelous with his legs. There was a hole right through the left side and then pile drives right at the goal line. Pieper tried to stop him and he just plowed right through. And then you got a little celebration after the touchdown.
On to attempt the extra point. Garcia on the way, and it is through the uprights, I do believe. Yep, it is. So there's a timeout on the field. The new score, Pieper 17, Johnson 10. We are in the second quarter, 6:39 to go until halftime, and this is the Pieper Warrior Football Network. Did we say Johnson was a 7-yard run? That last?
Hey, Pieper Nation. I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Bubba Johnson goes in for the touchdown, and just like that, Johnson responds with a drive, and it's a one-possession game. It's 17-10. Pieper over the Jaguars. Very good drive, and just what they needed.
Absolutely. Estrada finished it off with his legs. QB, not even a draw, just a designed run. That's what you need for Estrada. Short passes, let him use his legs. That's how Johnson's going to win this football game.
Fair catch called for by Champagne at the 7-yard line. So just recapping the scoring so far, it all started when Caden Keith went in an 11-yard run, capping off a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Miranda added the extra point. It was 7-0 Pieper. But then just a few moments later, about 6:33 to go in the second quarter, 22-yard field goal by Noah Garza made the score 7-3. 7-yard run by John Hamilton with 11:07 to go second quarter made it 14-3. Pieper extended the lead to 17-3 with a 30-yard field goal from Miranda. But then just moments ago with 6:39 to go in the second quarter, Johnson, an 11-yard run. Garza adds the extra point, 17-10. Pieper over Johnson. And now Pieper takes over at the 25-yard line. Caden Keith will throw on first down. Good protection. Throwing deep down the middle. He's got a man, Champagne, and did he get it? Yes, I think so. He bobbled it, but somehow he was able to cradle it into his arms, and that is a huge first down pass from Caden Keith to his star wide receiver, Champagne.
Caden Keith's got a cannon. That time in the pocket was unreal, and then he finds Champagne in stride. The extension, oh, the bobble. He caught it with his kneecaps and popped it up to his hands. Who needs a helmet?
Big play, getting the ball down to the 32-yard line now for the Pieper Warriors. Keith again will throw. Excellent protection. Tosses one short over the middle to Brody, and Hopper gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Bill, I'm not over that catch. I am not over that catch. He bobbled it. The control that he had to pop it with his legs into his hands and then rolled up without his helmet and said, yeah, I got this thing.
Brady Hopper in the backfield now with Caden Keith. Second down and about 3 after that gain of 7. Pieper trying to respond to Johnson's touchdown and get it back to a 2-possession lead. Keith on second down. Hands to Hopper, first down, and he gets inside the 20 to the 19-yard line before he got wrapped up. Just solid running the ball, fundamental offense that time. The tackle for Johnson made by Sam Draper.
That Warrior offense run game is going to start moving and picking up a little bit of pace once you start getting big plays with the throwing. Once you get big plays with the passing, then the run game will start to follow. But the primary focal point is always passing for the Warriors.
First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Pieper trying to build on their lead. Empty set. Keith rolls left, looking. He's going to tuck it under and get a few yards, and then he steps out of bounds right before the defender got him around the 12-yard line.
Looked like he just kind of hesitated there for a hot second.
It's almost like he was going to fake going out and come back in, but he decided better and just took what he got.
He was looking for number 4, Andrew Grindstaff, up on the left side, but the coverage by Johnson has been heavy tonight.
Hopper in the backfield with Keith on second down and about 3 from the 12-yard line. Hopper's going to start right, go left. Flag is down, and Hopper only gets to about the 9 or maybe the 8-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. It was thrown on the far sideline. Noah, I don't know if you saw what happened. It's going to be a false start against the Warriors, so this will back them up 5 yards. With a quarterback like Keith, strong arm, sometimes you back him up 5 yards. It's not that tragic an event because he's got such a strong arm, and they may be throwing for it here anyway.
You know what's funny is this actually gives a little bit more room to throw.
Yeah.
It gives way more space because now they get to work on that air raid offense where there's way more room to space out your wideouts. Empty backfield. This is primo Warriors offense.
Second down and about 8 from the 17-yard line. Another little toss sweep in this Brady Hopper, and not too much room there. Jaden Bell, we've said his name a few times this evening. He's in on the stop. And Pieper in no particular hurry. They've got a 17-10 lead. Clock runs with 4:34 to go until halftime. So now it's third down. They have to get to the 9-yard line. So they need a good solid 4 yards here. Keith will hand it off to Hopper, and he's got the first down inside the 10. Wrapped up at the 7-yard line. Hopper has become a workhorse. Mazoko, we should say, with the stop for Johnson.
And that run for Pieper doesn't happen without number 70, John Como, leading the way. He got that block right in front of Hopper and got Hopper the first down. Great block by John Como.
First and goal at the 7-yard line for Pieper. Keith hands to Hopper, cutting left, and he's going to drive the pile forward. He gets to about the 1. He came close. He kept those legs churning.
It was like a, oh.
But now it is second down and goal. As Hopper doesn't want to come out. He's saying, let me get this. I think Hopper wants to score this touchdown.
That offensive line by Pieper is putting in the work. That is where it's going to come down to if they're going to score this touchdown before the second half is over.
Second down and goal from the 1. Hopper gets in. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Brady Hopper. And with 3:16 remaining in the second quarter, the Warriors now lead it 23-10.
The Warriors have 2 rushing touchdowns and only 1 passing touchdown, which is kind of wild considering last week Caden Keith had 5 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 4 passing, and this week they are spreading around the love with touchdowns. You've got a touchdown from John Hamilton. You've got a touchdown from Brady Hopper on the ground. Impressive by the Warrior offense.
And Keith as well. Here's the extra point. It is on the way, and I think it got blocked. Yeah, it got blocked right at the line of scrimmage, so the extra point fails, and the score will remain with 3:16 remaining in the second quarter. Warriors 23, Jaguars 10. And you can see that high snap, I think, was the problem. It took Hopper a while to get that hold down, so give Johnson credit for blocking the extra point. We'll take a timeout right now with 3:16 remaining in the second quarter. 23-10 is the score. Pieper over Johnson. This is the Warrior Football Network. A 23-10 now lead for Pieper, and the ensuing kick will go into the end zone. And it was a 1-yard touchdown run, Noah, by the running back for Pieper, and that, of course, was Hopper. And as you mentioned, they've been spreading the wealth. A lot of guys getting involved in tonight's game.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different touchdowns tonight so far. Last week it was pretty central. It was Hamilton, and then you had 3 to Champaign, and then you had 1 from Keith. But now we've got 3 different touchdowns by 3 different guys. We've got a touchdown from Hamilton on the ground. We've got a touchdown from Keith on the ground. And then we've also got a touchdown from Hopper on the ground. All on the ground. Wildly different game from last week. The adaptability of this Pieper Warriors team is showing tonight.
Spreading the wealth once again. At the 25-yard line for Johnson, they now trail by 13. Estrada will hand it off to Johnson once again, and he's only going to have a couple of yards. He actually struggles forward for about 4. Give him some credit because he was wrapped up earlier. But, Pieper was there with a lot of different players defensively. Josh Menchaca got in quickly, but those legs keep moving for Johnson. That's why he's getting recruited by some schools. Had the big week last week. Second down and about 6. Estrada throws it out wide to the right, and that's caught, and he looked like he struggled forward for maybe the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. But not much room there. They strung it out defensively that time as Johnson was just able to get back to the line.
Looks like he's going to be about a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. He was behind the line, caught the pass, and then he made another move, only to get 1 yard short. He had one little extension at the end there to get another yard, but it's going to be third and a long 7 yards.
Looking over to get the play from the sideline. 3rd down and 7, as Noah mentioned. And, man, the Pieper defense would love to come up with a stop here and give their offense time to add to this lead. Play action fake. Estrada will throw right, and that pass is caught. Big gain all the way down the right sideline, and he stepped out of bounds. If he didn't step out of bounds, he might have been able to score, as that was Bryson Thompson hauling that in for a big first down gain.
I was keeping my eye on Dominic Morales, who was wide open in the flat in front of Estrada, but he saw something that I didn't even see. He saw Thompson off on the right side, making strides. Again, we keep talking about this right side for the Warrior defense. Something's got to shift and change here to stop Johnson from getting into the end zone.
Johnson at their own 44. That's where he stepped out of bounds. Play action fake. Estrada will throw. Looking left, getting some pressure. He's going to throw on the run. He just throws it away and out of bounds as he was getting some heat. And it will be 2nd down coming up. It was 27 who came in with the pressure for the Pieper Warriors, and that is Leighton Springer.
Estrada making a smart decision as he was way outside of the pocket to just toss it away. That gives you another opportunity, 2nd and 10. You lose it down, but you still got 1:49 left on the clock to do something.
2nd and 10 from his own 46-yard line. Estrada looking left. Now he's going to look right and throw. Little bubble screen, complete, and that's big room out the right sideline. Another first down. And that time it was Perez, Jaden Perez, with the first down run.
Jaden Perez, the little bubble screen. That's a short pass that Estrada can do really easily. So far, those bubble screens have worked well for the Jaguars. They got a first down, and now they're at the 43-yard line. They're knocking on the door.
1:31 to go here in the second quarter. Again, Johnson wants to score here before halftime to get it back to a one-possession game. They trail by 13. Officials were having a discussion on the side. I didn't see a flag. Did you, Noah?
No flag. It looked like Nick Rogers was having a heated, we can call it a heated conversation with the sideline official.
Wonder if it was about the clock. I think they stopped the clock with 1:42 remaining. And again, Johnson now in Pieper territory. Estrada will throw. Got a man down the right side, and that one's picked off. An interception for the Pieper Warriors. Jackson Hopper with it, and he's still returning it out to midfield. Great play by Jackson Hopper. That pass is up for grabs. Estrada throws his first interception.
Estrada was looking for Perez. He was looking for Jaden Perez, who was running a seam right down the middle, as you're going to see right here. We got Estrada drop back, tosses it up. It is underthrown. Hopper comes right through to undercut that route, and he's got room to run. Great play by the Warriors heading into half, and now you have 1:30 left to do something if you're the Warriors. You're going to run a 2-minute drill, and you're going to try to at least get some points. Doesn't have to be a touchdown, but you might want to try to get a field goal.
There was a penalty at the end of the play, illegal use of the hands against Pieper, so this will back them up. They won't have as good field position as they thought they were going to have, but they still have plenty of time as they back this up to the 34-yard line. 1:28 remaining. And I believe they've got all 3 of their timeouts. Yep. Is that right, Noah? Can you see?
They got about 2 timeouts.
2
left.
timeouts.
2
okay.
timeouts.
So 2 timeouts, and they start at the 34-yard line. And, of course, they got the strong arm of Caden Keith. Hamilton in the backfield with him. Fake to Hamilton, going to throw. Keith with excellent protection. Now he's going to roll left, and he's going to try to run. He tries to turn the corner, and then he steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line, just in front of a guy who really wanted to pop him pretty good, and that was Elijah Guajardo, but Guajardo didn't get a chance as Keith just kind of sidestepped him and got out of bounds.
The Warriors are spreading out the field where they're sending their wide receivers deep. Caden Keith can split the middle and hit his wideouts, but if that's not there, then he's got about 8 or 9 yards of running room, and they can just chip away at the yardage that they have left.
2nd and about 3 from the 41-yard line. And again, Keith will pass, steps up this time, and does not get back to the line of scrimmage as he's wrapped up by a number of Johnson Jaguars. Matthew Reyna again there defensively. He was the first guy to make contact.
He's been busy tonight.
Yes, he has. Timeout taken here with 1:04 remaining in the quarter. We'll keep it right here, Noah, and discuss maybe the strategy here for the Pieper Warriors as they take a timeout. And they've got plenty of time here, but again, this is a third down play coming up, so if they don't pick up the first down, they give Johnson an opportunity perhaps.
And you don't want to give Johnson an opportunity. You don't want to give that man Bubba Johnson an opportunity where, sure, they came off that last play or their last drive that they had off an interception, but you don't want to give them over at least 30 seconds with potentially some good field position, because we haven't seen Pieper punt the ball well tonight. So far it's been a short punt and a block punt. And so you don't want to give them potentially good field position going into a last drive. Pieper on that last possession, that last play that they had, ran a bunch of short routes right in front of the offensive line, didn't give a ton of room for Caden Keith to make something happen in case the defensive line pressured and came around, which they did. And so look here for Pieper to try to do something deep on the field, or let Caden Keith go run for about 4 or 5 yards.
Well, they just need 4 yards right here, so I don't know they're going to go deep. I doubt if they'd go for it on fourth down, but Keith's going to try for it on third. Retreating, and now he's going to throw left. They set up a screen. Hamilton at the 50. The 45 breaks a tackle. Watch out. Hamilton's going to go down the left sideline, and he is finally tackled at the 10-yard line. What a great play as Hamilton got down the left sideline, and now there's an opportunity here for the Warriors as that was an excellent play by Hamilton.
He shed 2 or 3 key blocks. He shed 2 or 3 key tackles that just came right to him. It was like he just brushed them off as if they were nothing. Made his way all the way down to the 8-yard line. Not what you want if you're the Johnson Jaguars. And on that screen, Keith rolled out to the right. He had guys moving short. He had guys going deep. But then you see Hamilton flare out to the left. You have offensive linemen that trot out to go ahead of him. And then he has a bunch of room to run because the whole defense of Johnson is off on the wrong side of the football. Great distraction by the Warriors.
Well, now Pieper really wants to punch it in here, without a doubt. They've got a chance here with 53.7 seconds to go. They lead at 23-10. They've been able to, as we've talked about throughout the course of the first half, go through the air and on the ground. They've been effective on the ground. And, of course, the big, strong right arm of Caden Keith has had a lot to do with it as well. But Champagne has had a nice evening. John Hamilton, Grindstaff, Miranda's kicked the ball well. So they've had a lot of different players play well here in the first half.
Let's not forget about that offensive line.
Yeah,
making
absolutely.
it all happen tonight.
Very good point. All right, first and goal from the 8-yard line. Keith hands to Hamilton. 5-yard line, goal line, touchdown. Well, they're going to give it to him. They finally do signal touchdown. It was a delayed call by the officials, but it looked like he got in, and he did. And now it is 29-10, Pieper.
Rack it up for John Hamilton, getting a block that he cut right under. It was like the offensive lineman took care of the whole right side, and he was like, I got the left side, don't sweat it. He pumped it right up the left side. That's 2 touchdowns now for John Hamilton, and we are seeing the versatility of the Pieper Warriors offense on display tonight.
The touchdown occurs with 43.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Hamilton stays in the ball game along with Keith in the backfield. Warriors going for 2. Rolling to the right, looking to throw, and now he's going to throw to the end zone. This pass is caught. 2-point conversion is good, and hauling it in is Andrew Grindstaff. 2-point conversion is good, and now it is 31-10 Pieper.
This game looks a lot different than it did last week. Very different game where Pieper looks like they are in full control of what is happening on the football field. Johnson needs to come up with some answers. You've got 43.5 seconds left. You've got to wonder what Johnson's trying to cook up.
Well, it's going to be very difficult now, especially with 43.5. And I think the last thing you want to do if you're Johnson is make a mistake at your own end. If you don't have good field position. I'm just thinking about this out loud. I think I'd go to the locker room and say, okay, let's try to regroup, even though we're down with 31-10 right now. It just would be very, very difficult if you turn the ball over here and allow them to score again.
And the hard part is that Estrada hasn't shown that he can throw deep so far. He hasn't shown that he can convert something deep, but they have been able to make stuff happen on the ground and get some longer runs. But Pieper is going to make you throw the football if there's only 43 seconds left on the clock and you need a lot of yards.
That's a very good point, Noah. Ben Chapman is deep to receive the kick. 43.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Pieper in control of this ball game right now. But they'll have a long halftime to talk things over, Johnson. Kick goes into the end zone. And we'll see how the coaching staff of Johnson wants to handle it here, Noah. But I would think that with such a long way to go and a short time to get there, that's an old country song, by the way, I would imagine they'll take a knee and be happy to go to the locker room. But we'll see. Maybe they'll try to get down the field and get a field goal or something better. We'll see.
I'm really glad that you got to throw that in.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that happened.
Long before your time.
Before I was a thought even?
Probably so, yes. As I get older, my musical references are just, there's fewer people that understand them because there's few people alive when I was alive. So it just.
From all of us in Gen Z, I apologize.
That's okay.
That's on me.
That's
on
all
all
good.
of us.
No, it's all good. Here's a handoff. Johnson cutting right, and he's still on his feet, and he's got the first down and more. It's a gain of about 16 yards all the way out to the 41-yard line. So they might be running out the clock, but they're going to get some yards here. And now they're in a hurry up. They're going to try to keep it going here.
That man is good at football. He's just good at football.
Clock running now with 30 seconds to go. And will they keep it on the ground? Yes, they will. Johnson, a couple, and that should probably do it for the first half, although he keeps those legs turned. Look at him. He's just going to keep moving. Look at this. A first down as he just keeps moving the pile. Will someone tackle Mr. Johnson, please?
Wow.
It takes five guys. How many Pieper Warriors are in there? 5?
That was unreal. He just keeps churning and churning those legs, and he is down on the ground, slow to get up.
Let's hope he's all right. There's a stoppage of play here, and there's going to be a timeout taken by Johnson because now, with 13.4 seconds to go, they've got the ball all the way down to the 45-yard line. But let's hope that the injured Johnson Jaguar is okay.
Not what you want to see. If you're trying to run out the clock, you're just trying to see what you can do and try to make it happen before you go into halftime, before you regroup, and you potentially, not for sure, you potentially lose your star player. It looks like he popped up really quickly. Looks like he's walking off easily. He's limping a little bit. He's got about 40 minutes or so after this to regroup, and you don't want to lose your star player.
Well, they're still talking things over on the huddle, and Bubba Johnson kind of limping. I think they're going to take him out at least for the rest of the half. He doesn't look like he's 100%. He's a little sore. So he'll have all of halftime to kind of regroup, and I'm sure he wants to come back out for the third quarter and get his team back in this ballgame. But right now it's all Pieper as the Warriors lead the Jags 31-10, and only 13.4 seconds now remaining in the second quarter. And it got kind of quiet here because Johnson, one of the star players on the field, had to come off the field. So let's hope he'll be able to return to the game. Again, just 13.4 seconds remaining. We'll have the bands at halftime. Always fun, entertaining at halftime. All right, here we go. This might be the final play of the second quarter. Estrada will throw, looking right, throws high and incomplete, so it will not be the final play of the quarter. He was trying to get it over on the right side to Thompson. So now that stops the clock with 8.5 seconds to go.
If you're Johnson, you're hoping that your star player, Bubba Johnson's able to come back in after the half and just take some attention away from Estrada, because if Bubba Johnson's not back in this game, the Jaguars might be in trouble.
Well, he certainly has been their bread and butter for sure. Second down now. Estrada hands it off and breaking one tackle and getting out to the 40-yard line. That was Crawford on the carry, and they stopped the clock with 2.8 seconds to go. So I guess Johnson's going to stop the clock here and try for a Hail Mary, Noah, because they can't take the timeout with them to heaven. So they're going to use it right now.
You might as well.
Yeah, right?
You might as well.
So they're going to use the timeout and probably go for some sort of a trick play, gadget play, a Hail Mary. Maybe Estrada's just going to throw one to the end zone and try to get lucky.
This might be a really bad question, but so far tonight we haven't seen Estrada throw the ball completely confidently.
Mm-hmm.
So do we think he's going to get it to the end zone? Or is it maybe, hear me out, Hear me out. We're going hypotheticals here. You toss it to the left.
Multiple laterals.
That's what I'm going for.
Multiple
Reading
laterals.
my mind.
Okay.
Reading my mind.
All right. I'm going to go Hail Mary, and I think Noah might have something here. He's going to go multiple laterals on this play.
Well, attempted multiple laterals.
Attempted multiple laterals. Sounds like a band name from Austin. Okay, here we go. Final play of the second quarter, and Estrada will throw. It's the Hail Mary. He's throwing it high and deep to the end zone, and this pass is caught at the 1 yard line, but shy of the goal line. Wow, are you kidding me? Gabe Simpson hauled it in at the 1 yard line, but did not get in the end zone.
Not even a little bit what I expected. I am surprised. I mean, Estrada hailed that thing up there like a Hail Mary, and then you've got his receiver right down there. Pieper actually looked like they had it first. It was number 25, Raja Lopez, on the interception almost. And then it was stripped away by Gabe Simpson. What a way to end the half.
Man, he was really close to landing on the goal line with that ball, but just short. And that's the way the first half will end. And the halftime score, Pieper 31, Johnson 10. This is the Warrior Football Network.
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
never forget in the pursuit of victory that for Texans, how we win is just as important as winning itself. That's why we compete the Texas way, with a respect for others, control of self, and a spirit of competition. Because we know that true champions not only excel on the field, but have the kind of character that make them champions in the game of life. Now let's go out there and compete the Texas way. For in this moment, on this stage today, you are more than just a player, a coach, or a fan. You are a champion of integrity, a guardian of honor. You are an ambassador of the game. This is our legacy. This is the Texans way.
Hey, buddy, got your glove?
Yep, I got it right here. You're coming, right?
Of course. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Don't forget the you-know-whats.
Whether you're gearing up for a big project or a big game, GVTC has everything you need to stay connected.
What do you think?
They are going to love these.
From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GVTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business.
Thank you.
You made it. Hey, what is it? Whoa, jerseys!
With deep roots in the community, we're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future for the areas we serve. Our GVTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GVTC, connecting you.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Not the fun part of being a dad, but I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me.
Concerning you?
Yeah. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella, and
Arlo?
I wasn't eavesdropping. He's always watching you. His videos are secure. This guy sounds like a creep.
It's not.
Your privacy is very important to me, and I think you need to make better decisions when it comes to boys. And this Arlo is not a boy that I think you should be dating.
You're dating someone?
Yeah, Arlo. I heard you guys talking about him.
Arlo.
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. We were talking about how great they are and how safe they make me feel. Arlo's not a boy.
Well, that's a boy's name.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera. Named after a boy. Why don't you name it Pieper?
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Thanks for joining us tonight live on Warriors Network. You've got halftime, the score 31-10, Pieper in the lead. But for now, we're going to take a break and we're going to take a look at the Pieper Band. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be back with you shortly.
For your Pieper Legacies and Legends Dance teams. The Pieper Dance teams are under the direction of Jaguars. Leading the teams onto the field tonight, Legacy Junior Lieutenants Sam Broadley and Addie Gladstone. Legacy Senior Lieutenant Bella Trevino, Lieutenant Colonel Shelby Sharp, and Colonel Ivy Burns. Legacy Social Officers are President Isabel McCleary, Vice President Chloe Morales, and Head Social Committee Chair Reagan Delgado. Legends captain is Gracie Rayon. Co-captain, Paige Moore. The legacy of the week, Isabel McCleary. Golden heart of the week, Angelina Cortez. And our legend of the week, Addie Warren. Purple Rain Spirit Girl of the Week, Audie Abella, and Dancer of the Week, Haley Halverson. The Legacies and Legends dance team perform a kick to September. Cheer team is under the direction of Susie Mansfield with assistance by Cheyenne Barnes. And now, joining us from San Antonio, Texas and your Warrior Coliseum, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2023 UIL State Marching Contest qualifiers, the Pieper High School Band of Warriors. The Band of Warriors 2024 show is dedicated this year to our incredible Pieper families and is entitled Come Together, featuring the music of the world-famous 1960s rock band from Liverpool, the Beatles. You will hear some familiar tunes such as Eleanor Rigby, Obla Dee, Obla Da, In My Life, and Come Together with some new twists. Is proud to welcome drum majors Aaron De La Garza, Alani Perez, Ava Taylor, and Laney Flores, and your Pieper High School Band of Warriors. section of band director Evan Berry and assistant directors Alan Connor, Scott Lowe, and Thomas Schaefer. The color guard is under the direction of John Arroyo. Pieper Ranch Middle School directors are Jane Vereen and Kendall Tucker. Boulevardy Middle School directors are Daniel Eicher and Taylor Lovato Cruz. Band section of the week is the Flutes. The band director is brought to you by a team of incredible community sponsors. This year, we are so proud to thank our gold-level corporate sponsors, Canyon Springs Family Dental, Pieper Smiles Family Dentistry, Kathleen Glantz from State Farm Insurance, San Antonio Eye Center, and San Martin Orthodontics. We would also like to thank our platinum-level sponsor, 7-to-7 Dental. Finally, our most heartfelt thank you to our top warrior-level sponsors, Lookout Eye Care and Triumph Construction and Engineering. The Pieper Band would also like to thank our most supportive administration for their assistance along the way through this amazing school year. Let's go, Warriors!
Here are your Pieper Warriors. Again, ladies and gentlemen, do not stand on the rail in front of the bleachers. The seating for disability or in the walkways. Do not stand on the rail. Please find a seat.
The big question mark for Johnson coming into the second half, is Bubba Johnson going to be available? We're going to find out here in a couple of seconds, as this will probably be a touchback, and we're going to see this Jaguars offense run out onto the field, and we are keeping an eye out for number 2. We're looking for number 2, Bubba Johnson.
And again, 10. The score as we start the third quarter. We apologize for the technical issues, but I believe we've got our microphone working now, so we should be set and ready to go. Do you see number 2 out there, Noah?
He's out there. I spotted him.
Yes.
It's my 20/20 vision because I know I can't see without my glasses. You got the binoculars. I've got binoculars on my face.
Yes. And we have the monitor here, too. Right?
Call me out, Bill.
Yep. But you were watching through the window. Here's Estrada swinging it to the right. And good block out cutting the outside, and that's a first down. Wow, nice little pickup there for Bryson Thompson. And that was actually going to be a running play because he caught that ball behind the line of scrimmage on a lateral.
It was a first down, but he got about 17 yards on that play. He ran about 17 yards to get to the first down to then get 10 yards.
Well, very important possession here for Johnson because they trail 31-10, so they want to get things going early here in the third quarter. And Estrada, the sophomore quarterback, his second career high school start, hands to Johnson, no room right, so he finds room on the left, and man, he runs hard, and he's close to another first down as he gets it down to the 45-yard line. In fact, that's good enough for the first down for Johnson. Now, they've got it second down and short, I beg your pardon, just a little bit shy. I think the one official actually had him pass the chains, but it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Bubba Johnson's vision as he's running the football is so impressive. It was designed to go to the right. The whole offense was off to the right. He counters left, and he gets 9 yards.
His misdirection, very good. 2nd down and 1 now. And again, Johnson has the first down, breaks another tackle or two, and finally is brought down. But it's very, very rare that you get him with that first hit. Yards after contact, very impressive for Bubba Johnson.
Let's not forget at the end of the first half, before he went down and he was slow to get up with that injury, it took about 5 seconds in the middle of a pile as he's pile driving the whole team forward to get him down. His leg movement is so impressive.
First down and 10 from just outside the 45 for Johnson. On this very important first possession of the third quarter, Estrada will throw left. This pass is caught, and he got down to the 45-yard line as number 7 hauled that in, Ethan Day, his second catch.
Ethan Day was open in the flat, but Estrada wasn't looking to him first. He looked deep, and then he checked short, threw the cornerbacks off guard, and he was able to get a good chunk of yards on that first down drive.
2nd down and about 3 after a pickup of 7. Hand off to Johnson. Cutting right's got the first down, spins off another tackle, and finally he is brought down. But I'll tell you what, he got all the way to the 36-yard line before he was tackled, and that's another first down. And everybody's getting their cracks at him. It's like everybody on the Pieper team has had a chance at one point or another to make a stop. Jackson Hopper got him that time.
It doesn't even matter who gets to him first because he's going to blow right through you. It doesn't matter if you're Thor with your hammer. It doesn't matter if you're Caleb Gale. It doesn't matter if you're Kyler Shepler. It doesn't matter who you are. He's going to get through you with the first few. It takes a third guy to get him down.
3-man front for the Warriors. Here's a handoff on the right side, and big room, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he dives, hops into the end zone. That's Aaron Crawford with the touchdown.
Wide open spaces. You thought you were going to sing, and I beat you to it, Bill. Honestly, I kind of surprised myself in that moment. Did not think I was going to sing, but he had so much room. I feel like I'm beating the drum dry. So much space on the right, split the seam, great blocks from the wide receivers, and then a little jump into the end zone. Great touchdown from Aaron Crawford. Great play design by the Jaguars, and that's how you want to start the second half.
And they will have the extra point from Garza here. And you're right, that's exactly what they needed to start this third quarter. Aaron Crawford with the run. And here's the extra point. And I believe it went through. It did. The officials are always making sure that it get through. It did. Timeout on the field with 9:54 to go third quarter. Your new score is Pieper 31, Johnson 17, and this is the Pieper Warrior Football Network.
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Huey, Western Original.
A touchdown run by Aaron Crawford, making things interesting now. It is 31-17, and a fair catch called for by Champaign on the ensuing kickoff. And Johnson needed to come out and do something early in the third quarter with their first possession. They did exactly that.
They did exactly that. And now it's up to Pieper. How are you going to respond when Johnson on the first drive of the second half comes out? They are setting the tone for how they want to attack this second half. So now it's up to Pieper. You're coming out. You are ahead. You're up 31-17. And this feels like a classic coaching cliche where you say, don't get comfortable. But it's exactly that. It's like, hey, don't get comfortable. Let's go attack.
The strong right arm of Caden Keith for the Warriors. They put up 31 points in the first half. And Keith now will hand it off to his tailback, Hamilton. Not much there. Maybe a yard, if that. Big play by Aaron Brown, the nose guard, 240-pound senior.
240 pounds getting in there and causing some mayhem in the backfield. The Warriors elected to try to get things going first with the run game. And now I bet they're going to move to the passing game and see what they can do.
It's 2nd and 9. You would think it would be a passing play here out of the shotgun. Keith fakes the handoff to Hamilton, rolling to the right. He's going to throw on the run. Finds his man. Ooh, big hit there. But he's got the first down at the 45-yard line. Evan Drake, what a great job he did. Not only making the catch, but hanging on after a big pop.
Split right between the cornerback and the safety. He was open. Keith rolling out to his right, looking exactly at Drake, making eye contact the whole time, and then he hits him. Great play.
Big play by Evan Drake to hang on to the ball, and now they've got it at the 46-yard line. Little toss here coming left. This is Grindstaff, and a very good defensive play there. They were ready for that play. Sam Draper not giving up at all on that ground on the right side.
Sam Draper with the big hit on Drake, and then with the tie-up on number 4, Andrew Grindstaff. He's moving all over the place on that defense. And you even look, he's in the back. He's the free safety on Johnson. So they run a 3-3-5. That man is moving all over the place.
2nd down and 9 now for the Warriors. They're out close to midfield. Keith will hand it off. And that's Hamilton coming right. Not much there. He got a couple of yards maybe, but once again it was Jaden Bell, and we've been naming Jaden Bell and Aaron Brown up front a lot for the Johnson Jaguars defensively.
They've been busy. They've been trying to get in that backfield. That first line of defense, that defensive line, is trying to cause some mayhem, trying to disrupt, trying to make things happen.
Big play here, 3rd down and about 7 for the Warriors. Keith out of the shotgun, getting some pressure. He's going to throw downfield for Champaign. He's got it inside the 15 and down to the 10-yard line. A beautiful throw under pressure by Caden Keith. He finds his favorite target, Isaiah Champaign.
He just let that thing rip in the face of danger. Isaiah Champaign running a seam up the middle. He adjusted mid-route. Caden Keith couldn't quite throw that thing in a rope, but he got it all the way down there. Isaiah Champaign said, "Don't you worry about it. I'm going to help you out." And he got the catch all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Wow.
1st down and goal now from the 8-yard line. Now they're going to back it up to the 10-yard line. I think they took a look at it and saw his knee hit the 10. But it will be 1st and goal because it's right on the 10-yard line. They cannot get a first down. So it's 1st and goal from the 10 for the Warriors, trying to add to a 31-17 lead. Keith again out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Hamilton. Short gain. 2 yards, maybe. He got wrapped up pretty quick after that handoff. Give credit to that Johnson defensive front. Coming up with the play that time was Lincoln Mickelson.
This is where you're going to see Pieper try to run a couple of short plays to make something happen inside the 10-yard line. Those short plays, we've talked about this, have been tough for the Pieper offense, so they're going to try to convert either through passing or on the ground. So far, on the ground has been working.
2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line for the Warriors. Hamilton in the backfield with Keith. Hamilton up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets into the end zone. Touchdown for John Hamilton and the Pieper Warriors. That makes the score 37-17 Pieper.
John Hamilton with his third tutty of the game. Hat trick for the man himself, running up the middle. Giant hole provided by that offensive line, and then he just leaps back, takes a nice nap in the end zone. Touchdown, Pieper Warriors.
With 7:12 to go in the third, an 8-yard run by Hamilton. And here is the extra point. Had plenty of distance that time with the extra point and got it through. So there is a timeout on the field with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the new score. The Pieper Warriors lead the Johnson Jaguars by a score of 38-17. This is the Warrior Football Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Touchdown run by Hamilton. Ran his extra point, makes it 38-17 the lead for the Pieper Warriors with 7:12 to go, third quarter. Another drive.
Pieper has looked great on offense so far, and you've got 3 touchdowns from John Hamilton, which was not expected coming into this football game. Coming into this game, we all expected Caden Keith to have the time of his life against the Johnson defense, to struggle a little bit, but still to toss some touchdowns. But so far what's been working is the ground game, which has caught us all by surprise. And maybe by all I just mean me, but I am surprised. I am surprised none the least. This ground game has been impressive by the Warriors.
38-17 is the score. Hand off to Johnson. He's coming left, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 30 to the 35, and all the way to the 40-yard line for Johnson. With the carry, takes it out for a Jaguar first down.
It's going to be a first down for Johnson from Johnson himself. Johnson back in the game for the Jaguars. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
They're on the move, 1st and 10. Another handoff to Johnson. He's been the workhorse, and he picks up 6 more out to the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 4 coming up. But Johnson with that very impressive drive to start the third quarter. And now this is their second possession of the second half. And, of course, now they're trying to respond to a Warrior drive and touchdown. But the way they're moving the ball right now, he's got plenty of time left in this game. 6:35 to go in the third. There's a quick toss out to the right, and no gain at all. Very short gain for Perez, the wide receiver on the right side.
The screens have worked so far for the Jaguars, but that time you're trying to go one-on-one with the cornerbacks. There was a free defender by the Pieper Warriors, and he was able to get in there and disrupt, stopped them short of the first down.
This is a big third down play here for the Warrior defense. 3rd down and about 4 for Johnson. They may be in 4-down territory considering the score, but still a 3rd down play that's important. Going to keep it, Estrada, and he struggles forward, very, very close to the first down. I think he might have gotten it. That second effort. Let's see where they mark him down, though. What do you think?
He's right on it. Looks like the nose of the football. They're not going to give it. Oh, they are going to give it to him. I looked like I got faked out there.
It was really close, but he made it.
Just the nose of the football.
Right on the 50-yard line. That's all you need. Right at the midfield stripe for Johnson. Clock runs with 5:45 now to go in the third. And again, it's 38-17. Estrada on first down. Fakes the handoff to Crawford, rolling to the right, under pressure, and he is sacked. Big defensive play for Pieper. And coming in was Ben Chapman for the sack.
Ben Chapman over the top. We had Estrada looking for Gabe Simpson over the flat. Good coverage by that secondary. And then the Warriors just got in there and disrupted.
So now they're going to have to play from behind the chains for this series, because it will be now 2nd down and 18, a loss of 8 yards on that play. Estrada's got Johnson alongside him in the backfield. He's going to fake a handoff to Johnson, throw out to the right. This is Perez. Jaden Perez breaks a tackle. Watch out. He's got speed down the right sideline, and he gets all the way inside the 40-yard line.
So far, the screen for the Jaguars, they're 3 for 4 on that one. That's the 4th time that they've run a little bubble screen out on the right side. Jaden Perez got some great blocks from his wideouts. Couple of linemen, made his way down the field.
Down to the 33-yard line. Late sub coming in the ballgame for Johnson, and now they're going to make sure they allow that substitution. That was wide receiver Don Morales who just checked in. And now, again, there's a flag. Looked like Johnson never got quite set offensively. They're going to throw a penalty flag, I think, here against the Jaguars.
Either an illegal formation, illegal procedure.
Well, again, Morales kind of sprinted into the play as the 11th guy, and maybe they weren't completely set. I'm not sure. But it is going to cost them 5 and slow their momentum a little bit here, slow their roll, if you will. And now they're at the 38-yard line. But instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15. Estrada hands to Johnson, and he's not going to find much. That's Crawford, actually, not Johnson. But, man, what a nice defensive play there by Michael Bust, your man Thor.
Thor with the hammer coming in swinging. It looks like they're trying to give a little bit of a rest to Bubba Johnson, trying to throw in Crawford a little bit more, but now you got 2nd and long.
Crawford came up with a 23-yard touchdown earlier in the quarter. Still have 4 minutes to go here in the third. Johnson looking at 2nd down and long. 2nd down and about 14 for Estrada. This is Elvis Estrada. Toss out to the right. Down the right sideline. Man, that guy's got some nice moves. And finally, he is tied up. That's Bryson Thompson. We've seen him several times this evening. And didn't quite get to the first down, but he was able to get outside and pick up a lot of that lost yardage.
That play has worked well so far. That was the 2nd time that the Jaguars have run that play to Thompson in the backfield. A throw from Estrada to Thompson, and then he has to churn way upfield to go get a bunch of yards, but it's worked out so far. 3rd and short.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 1. They're probably in 4-down territory here. Johnson will try to pick it up on 3rd down. Estrada hands to Johnson, and he gets tied up, and he fights forward, but I don't think he got it. I think he's short. Let's see. That was a very good defensive play for the Pieper Warriors. Springer got in quickly.
Josh Smith also in the chaos down there. They tried to go with the jumbo package again, bringing in number 75, Shouty Davis, to run the fullback position, and now we've got 4th down for the Johnson Jaguars.
All right. Big play here for Johnson. 4th down and a yard. As they go for it here, trailing 38-17. Out of the shotgun, Estrada hands to Johnson. He's got the 1st down inside the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line. I don't think there was any doubt that they were going to go to Johnson there.
Automatic feels like the right word there. Just automatic. You give the ball to Johnson, 4th down. Your offensive line's going to get a push. They're going to make a hole, and Johnson just plows right through that. Not only did he get the 1st down, he got some bonus yards at the end of that.
That line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for Johnson on the move. Trying to score for his 2nd straight possession here in the second half. Quick toss to the left, incomplete behind the intended target, Bryson Thompson. As Elvis probably wishes he had that one back.
It was looking like it was between both Bryson Thompson and Ethan Day, and then Estrada just kind of looked like he was confused too.
Well, now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. This gives the Jaguars a little bit of a chance to regroup. Perez now checks in the ball game. And he's in the slot to the right with 2 wide receivers right of him, including Thompson. Crawford's also in there along with Johnson right next to the quarterback Estrada, who's throwing a throw out to the right side. Perez, the right sideline, and he sidesteps one tackler, and then he gets close to the sticks, but he's going to be short. Pieper with good pursuit that time.
Perez is one of the moneymakers on this team so far. It's been both Johnson and Perez. Ethan Day's gotten some movement. Both Bryson Thompson's also gotten some movement, but it's always come down so far to Perez and Johnson.
3rd and 2. From the 8-yard line, they need the 6. Again, probably in 4-down territory. Faking the handoff, Estrada to Johnson. That was miscommunication, and he is hit in the backfield. I think Johnson and Estrada weren't on the same page that time.
Absolutely not. You see Caleb Gale getting back in there, causing some mayhem. You got, that's number 24, Ben Chapman, the senior, getting back there. And then also our guy Thor. Our guy Thor also getting back in there.
Well, now it's a big, big play. 4th down and about 4 for Johnson from the 10. And they're taking their time running this play. The clock is showing 1:04 remaining in this third quarter, so the clock continues to run. 4th down and 4 for the Jaguars. Big play in this ball game. From the Pieper 10-yard line, Estrada will throw to the right sideline of the end zone, incomplete. He got his hand on it, but not there. They were trying to get it to Johnson, and a pretty good job of coverage for Pieper as Brady Ginley was over there.
Bubba Johnson looks frustrated on that sideline. He was running a wheel route up the right side in the midst of 3 defenders. Estrada tried to force it in there. You see him there rip off his helmet towards the end of that replay, walking back over to the sideline. That is such a tough way to end the possession if you're the Johnson Jaguars, because then you give it right back to the Warriors, who have shown that they can make some progress on offense and convert.
Well, even though they've got a long way to go, they take over deep in their own territory. They've got a 38-17 lead, and they've got a quarterback, Caden Keith, who's had a very good evening, and several other offensive players for the Warriors have had good nights as well. When
Just
you
a
score
couple.
38, when you score 38 points, some guys are having good nights. Here's Hopper looking for a little room, and he finds a little bit of a seam and gets out to about the 11-yard line, pickup of 3. And I would imagine, and of course they're going to throw the ball. They're a throwing team, but if they're having success on 1st down and working ahead of the chains, why be in any particular hurry to throw the ball when you can just run the ball? And right now they're very close to the end of the third quarter. I think we might see more of this in the fourth quarter, especially if they have success running the ball on 1st down.
Unhurried is probably the word that you're going to see for these Pieper Warriors heading into the fourth quarter.
This is the end of the third quarter. Right now, Pieper is in control. They lead Johnson 38-17. This is Pieper Warrior football.
Never forget, in the pursuit of victory, that for Texans, how we win is just as important as winning itself. That's why we compete the Texas way, with a respect for others, control of self, and a spirit of competition. Because we know that true champions not only excel on the field, but have the kind of character that make them champions in the game of life. Now let's go out there and compete the Texas way. For in this moment, on this stage today, you are more than just a player, a coach, or a fan. You are a champion of integrity, a guardian of honor. You are an ambassador of the game. This is our legacy. This is the Texans way.
The Pieper Warriors start the fourth quarter in control of this ball game. It is 38-17 as we start the fourth. And the Warriors start this possession in their own territory. They've already run one play. It's 2nd down and long from their own 11-yard line after a gain of 3 on the 1st down play to close out the third down, or the third quarter, we should say. And the Warriors now 12 minutes away from improving their record to 2-0. But still some work left. Caden Keith calls 2nd down and about 7. A little toss. And this is Champagne, and they read that one beautifully. Good job by the Johnson defense. Coming in from a secondary position, Kendall Sanders. And now will be 3rd down.
I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it feels like always around this time where they run a couple short run plays, doesn't quite gain a lot of yardage, and then they rip a throw down the middle of the field. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I also wouldn't be surprised if that also happened.
Well, it's 3rd and long, so they would be justified in trying a longer pass play. Hopper, the lone setback. Out of the shotgun, Caden Keith. Looking for 1st down on 3rd and long. Being chased. Gets away from one man, gets to the 15, then sidesteps one tackler and steps out of bounds at the 16-yard line, but he's going to be about 4 yards shy of the 1st down.
He had Cameron number 34, on the Johnson Jaguars. Breathing down his back, that's Dalen Rainey just right behind him, chasing him down. Got ahead of him, Caden Keith did, stepped outside, out of bounds. Now it's going to be 4th and short. We're going to see a punt from the Warriors.
Carter Norsworthy will punt it away. I think it's only the second time that the Warriors have punted. I think Norsworthy, a third time. Okay. Thank you, Noah. That's why you're younger than me and can keep track of things like this better than I can. But Norsworthy will punt it away. But now it looks like the Warriors are going to call a timeout. I'm not sure if they did have the right alignment. We're going to take a timeout here, but they might not have had the proper number of guys in the field. They're going to talk things over. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 11:11 to go, third quarter, or fourth quarter, we should say. Early fourth. It is 38-17. Warriors over the Jaguars. This is Warrior football.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
Norsworthy will punt it away for the Warriors. Again, 11:11 to go in the ball game as Pieper spent their first time out of the second half just moments ago. He gets this one away cleanly. High hanging punt. Fair catch called for at the 45-yard line as number 6 Gabe Simpson made that fair catch. And now Johnson takes over. Very good field position here, but again, they don't have a lot of time. We're early in the fourth quarter, and they're trailing 38-17.
Especially because they're a running football team where you take up a lot of time on the ground. If you're running the football, there's less chance that the clock is going to stop because the clock doesn't stop on a first down like it would in college football. The clock just keeps churning and running. And so for Johnson, you got to maximize those bubble screens, and you also have to try to get Bubba Johnson a lot of room to play this time.
Simpson stays in the field as one of the wide receivers. Crawford's also in there. He's going to stay in the backfield alongside Estrada. From the 45, 1st and 10 for Johnson. Incomplete. They were trying to get it out into the left flat. That pass intended for Morales. 2nd down and 10.
Trying to find him over in the flat. They're trying to get the passing game going and moving to draw attention away from both Aaron Crawford and Bubba Johnson to try to get some movement with their wide receivers, but they might have to just go back to the bread and butter, which is the running game.
That incomplete pass stops the clock. Still plenty of time left, but again, they got to get something going here because they trail 38-17. 2nd down and 10. Crawford cutting left, and he's got maybe 3-4 yards tops. Among the tacklers there for the Warriors was Jackson Hopper. We've said his name several times. He's come up with some big plays this evening.
He's been moving around the football a lot on defense. He's been both his brother on offense. He's been active, and then on defense, you just got the Hoppers hopping back and forth.
Yep, the Hopper has an interception in this ball game, and unofficially 4 tackles so far.
Warriors, on your feet.
Shepler back in there now for the Warriors. Kyler Shepler at his linebacker position. Clock runs now with 10:15 remaining. 3rd down and long for Johnson. They need about 7. Looking to throw, Estrada. Rolling right under some pressure from Shepler, and now he just tosses one complete at the 40. How about that? And he finally gets tripped up. It was complete to Bryson Thompson, but Thompson did not get to the first down. He's going to be a little bit short.
I think I'm also a little more confused about how all that happened because the play totally broke down where Estrada, first the fake handoff, he bumped into his running back, Aaron Crawford, then he rolled out to the right, and then it looked like he faked going forward and then stepped back, and then he kept rolling, and then his wide receiver was right there, and then he got a few yards.
Now it's 4th down and 1. Johnson going for it here on 4th and 1. Estrada gets the snap, hands to Johnson at right guard, and he's got the first down. He was running behind big number 70 that time, big Zydeus.
And that's exactly what you need. You try to get some movement with the passing game, opens up the run game, and then you go and smack it right down the middle. First down for the Jaguars.
They're at the 34-yard line now in Pieper territory. Hand off to Crawford. A couple of yards, not much. Good movement there by the Pieper defensive line and also the linebackers. In fact, making the stop was Spina, the middle linebacker.
It was a great block from Dominic Morales, number 17 on the Jaguars, paving the way.
Second down now and about 6 from the 30-yard line. Estrada play action. Looking downfield, deep down the middle, looking for a man, and it is caught, and they're going to call it a touchdown. The touchdown to Bryson Thompson, who hauls it in from Elvis Estrada.
That was exactly what you're looking for if you are the Johnson Jaguars. Take a little drop back if you're Estrada, and then you find your man Bryson Thompson cutting over the middle. He had a little hesitation in the middle of his route to go left, and then he went back right, split in between both the safeties. Great play design by the Jaguars, and they are back in it.
Estrada's pass to Thompson, who's been his favorite receiver today. And here's the extra point. And that is through the uprights. And we've got a timeout on the field with 8:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. We still got a ball game, folks. Pieper leads Johnson 38-24. And this is the Pieper Warrior Football Network. How long was that pass?
Hey, buddy. Got your glove?
Yep, I got it right here. You're coming, right?
Of course. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Awesome. Don't forget the you-know-whats.
Whether you're gearing up for a big project or a big game, GVTC has everything you need to stay connected.
What do you think?
They are going to love these.
From smart security and high-speed internet to TV and phone, GVTC provides cutting-edge technology for your home and business.
Thank you.
You made it. Hey, what is it? Whoa, jersey!
With deep roots in the community, we're committed to building a stronger, better, connected future for the areas we serve. Our GVTC Foundation's charitable support and industry-leading products help you stay connected to what matters most. GVTC, connecting you.
Well, you got to give credit to the Johnson Jaguars as they are not going away easily in this ball game. It's now 38-24 after that touchdown pass from Estrada to Thompson, and Garza out of the extra point. And now we got an onside kick here, and there's a mad scramble for it. And the Warriors are saying they got back on top of it, and it looks like they did as number 22 came up with the ball that time for Pieper. That is Josh Smith. But, man, that could have been anybody's ball there for a moment there.
Bold play by the Jaguars. You've got 8 minutes. That shows one of two things. That shows that you have a lot of trust in your kicker or potentially not a lot of trust in your defense. It shows both of those things. Or they're just trying to catch Pieper off guard with an onside kick. But Pieper was right on the money, got the kick, and now they've got great field position.
Or they trail by 14 and they don't have a lot of time left. They've got limited
we could go with that one too.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. How about that one?
Possession.
Limited possessions, right?
That feels like the optimistic look at it.
That's probably what they're thinking, but you know, the element of surprise certainly is there, and they almost came up with it. 38-24. Pieper with the lead and very good field position at the 48-yard line. Hamilton gets the call, and he is cut down right at the line of scrimmage. Man, that's a good defensive play by the defensive back, Sam Draper, and we've had his number and name called several times this evening, number 4, Sam Draper.
And he's moving up from about 10 yards, 7 yards off the football. Right now he's lining up. He's going to be about 7 yards-ish off the football. He read that, and so the defensive line got a great push, which allowed Sam Draper to read it. It forced Hamilton to bump to the outside, and he got a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 11 after a loss of 1 on that play. But the clock is running now with 8 minutes straight up remaining in the ball game, and a 14-point lead for the Warriors, trying to add to that lead. Keith will throw deep down the right sideline, looking for Champagne. Couldn't haul it in this time. The coverage for Johnson supplied by McCreary.
Champagne looked like he wanted a flag on that play for pass interference. That was a great throw by Keith to try to split it down the middle. That's been the connection all night so far, to try and find the seam in the middle, make a big play, and now you got 3rd and an extra yard, 3rd and 11.
Keith looks over to get the play. He's got Hamilton alongside, and then 2 receivers to the right, including the receiver in the slot. That is Champagne. Keith looking to throw, looking left down the sideline, too far. Palmer had stopped his route at the 40-yard line, so there was miscommunication that time between the quarterback, Keith, and the wide receiver, Palmer.
It looked like Palmer stopped his route and Keith threw it just way wide left. Not entirely sure what happened on that play, but that seems like a potentially wasted drive for the Warriors, and you're giving the ball right back to the Johnson Jaguars.
Especially with the 2 incomplete passes, no time went off the clock.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, 7:46, very little time went off the clock in that possession for the Warriors. So I'm sure they would have liked to have, even if they don't score points, use up some clock. And right now, still a 2-touchdown game, 38-24, but 7:46 remaining. Norsworthy will punt this one away. Well, he barely got it off. There was good pressure that time from Johnson. And this punt will roll to about the 10-yard line, and they make it the 9 before it is finally picked up by the Pieper Warriors down at Ben Chapman. But now Johnson looking at an opportunity here with the Warriors not using a lot of clock on that last possession. They've got an opportunity with plenty of time left, really, if they can score on this drive like they did the last. The only problem now, they don't have great field position.
So far in the past, field position has not been that big of a concern for Johnson. They've been able to move the ball down the field, but again, we come back to how is the run game going to do against this Pieper Warriors defense when you got a lot of field to cover?
Estrada out of the shotgun. Again, they start this drive with their own 10. They set up a little bubble screen, and the pass is complete. And this is Perez, a short gain out to about the 14. So give him 4 yards on that first down play. Morales now is in for Perez, who lost his helmet on that last play. So now it is 2nd down and 6 for Johnson. Estrada looks like he's gaining some confidence as the game goes along. Hands to Johnson at right guard. Breaks 1 tackle, but can't break the second one. And he's well short of the first down. So that will run some clock right now with 7:05 remaining. Going to keep an eye on that clock, Noah, because that's certainly the ally right now of the Warriors.
Absolutely. And to your point of Estrada gaining confidence, we saw that on the last drive where he just flipped it to number 12, Bryson Thompson, in the midst of chaos. He's absolutely gaining confidence as the game goes on.
So now here we go, big play, 3rd down and about 2 for Johnson. Looking left, Estrada throws, that pass is complete, and it is Bryson Thompson who was trying to get the ball past the yard to gain, and came very close, but I don't know that he did.
I don't think he got there. He had a great block out there from Ethan Day, but it's hard when one guy's engaged with the cornerback, and then you have a free safety that's just free to do whatever he wants to.
Well,
but
here it is, 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
Yep.
Showtime.
Johnson needs this to keep this game going. And they get the first down, easy handoff there at left guard for 2 or 3 yards. So a stop there probably would have sealed the deal for Pieper, but Johnson picks up that first down. He's going to get a breather as Crawford checks in for him. But again, after the clock is stopped, they move the chains, and then they'll pick it back up with 6:10 remaining in the ball game. And Johnson, as you mentioned, a team that's designed really more for the run than for the pass. And hard for them to come back. But again, they have been fighting back from a deficit this entire ball game, and there's absolutely no quit in this ball club. Little quick toss to the wide receiver coming right, Perez. He's got great speed. He gets outside the 35 to the 37-yard line where he will move the chains.
There was a Warrior in the backfield ready and willing to make the tackle, and he just missed. Got tripped up by the feet of Jaden Perez, and he got a great gain. 1st and 10.
5:45, the clock is running. Estrada looks right, throws right. This pass is complete. He breaks 1 tackle, another one, and gets down the right sideline before he's bumped out of bounds. That is Gabe Simpson. And Simpson made a couple of guys miss, and he got out of bounds, which is important because it stops the clock.
It looks like the Warriors on defense are starting to figure out that a lot of screens are being called. You saw some confusion between Estrada and his receiver, Gabe Simpson. It's almost like he had to peek around the corner to find him.
Line of scrimmage now the 43-yard line. Estrada again will throw. Now he's going to tuck it under and try to run left. And he's not much room, but he's able to surge forward to get outside the 45 to the 46. That was a good run because it looked like he didn't have much there.
Not even a little bit. But then he found a seam right in the middle that he just poked his way through. And then it looked like he just kind of fell forward and got the first down.
It was enough to move the chains. Now Johnson's in hurry up. Estrada on first down from his own 46-yard line. He'll keep it this time, looking for a block, and he's not going to be able to get outside and turn the corner. They did a great job stringing it out that time. And for Pieper, the first guy to show up was Jackson Hopper. Man, we've been saying his name all night long.
Jackson Hopper. And then Raja Lopez also got in the backfield. Got the first touch to kind of throw Estrada off balance, and then the rest of the guys came in and pulled cleanup work.
14-point lead for the Warriors. Jaguars trying to get something going here. Second down and 10, and now a late sub came in too late. I think that was Perez, and that's going to be too many men on the field or illegal procedure, false start, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
It's going to cost them 5 yards, whatever it is.
Just throw the hands in a circle.
But it looked like Perez came in late, so I don't know if it was they probably would have signaled illegal substitution if it was that, but by coming in so late, he was actually maybe two men in motion at the same time. So whatever the call is, it cost them 5 yards, and it stops the clock at 4:39. And backs Johnson up to their own 41-yard line. Looking to throw, Estrada. As he runs to the right, he throws downfield and almost intercepted. He dropped the interception right in the hands of Cash Maroney.
Cash Maroney wants that one back so bad. Hands on his head. Cannot believe that he dropped that. Estrada was flushed out to the right. Tries to drop a dime to one of his favorite receivers, Gabe Simpson. Overthrew it, but actually threw a perfect route to Cash Maroney. He just wasn't quite there.
And now it will be third down and 15. And again, Johnson at their own 41-yard line. I'm sure Johnson's in fourth down territory now, but they got third down and long. Estrada dumps one over the middle, incomplete. Big hit there. Wow. The defensive back for Pieper with a big lick. That is Spina. He's actually the middle linebacker, but a big pop on Crawford.
Aaron Crawford probably knew, he had to have known that he was going to get hit really hard. That ball hit him right in the hands. You got to snag that if you're Aaron Crawford. Help your team out, help out your quarterback. And now you've got 4th and 15 as you're trying to score a touchdown.
Well, this is going to be it. If Johnson doesn't score or pick up the first down here, you would think that with 4:22 remaining in the game and Pieper leading by 2 touchdowns, it would be in the back pocket. Rolling left, looking downfield, Estrada, and that one is incomplete. I don't see any flags. And if there are no flags, that means the Warriors will take over. Do you see a flag?
There's a flag over on the left sideline near the
sideline.
37.
Yeah. Your eyesight's so much better than mine, Noah. Good job.
Prescription.
That's what it is. But it wasn't actually on the field. It was on the sideline. And let's see what the call is here.
It might be a late hit. There was a Pieper defensive back on the right side or on the left side of the field, where that flag dropped. The refs are going to convene, but saw potentially a late hit come from one of the DBs over there.
Here we go. Here's the call. The referee wanted to make sure.
They've got me on the edge of my seat. Oh.
Yep, dead ball after.
Wow.
Yep. So it's a personal foul against Pieper. With 4:15 remaining in the game, Pieper leads 38-24.
You're just glad that was a dead ball foul that happened. We got a replay right here. The wide receiver for Johnson, it looks like number 6, Gabe Simpson on the left side, got smacked in the back from one of the Pieper Warrior DBs and pushed him out of bounds. Aggressive hit, personal foul, whatever you want to call it, but that's not a penalty that you like to see if you're the Pieper Warriors.
The line of scrimmage is now the 44-yard line in Pieper territory. Interesting to see how much they keep it on the ground here to try to run some clock with this 14-point lead. Hopper gets the call this time. And Brady has a very short game, but right now the Warriors aren't too much concerned about yardage. They are concerned about moving the clock right now because the clock is their friend at the 4-minute mark.
You're trying to let that play clock run all the way down to at least 4 or 3 before you snap the football. It's at 25 right now. You can see that they're taking their time right now to choose what play. Okay, what play are we going to do? Then they're going to come together. Then they might mosey a little bit and see what happens, just to make sure you don't get any false starts, nothing antsy, and then you snap the football.
And more than likely they'll keep it on the ground here with a 14-point lead and a chance to keep that clock moving. Remember, they had 2 incomplete passes in that previous drive and didn't use much time. Hand off, Hopper at left guard, and he's going to run forward and doesn't have the first down, but a nice little chunk of yardage, and again, will continue to move the clock.
Wow, Hopper off that left side was making some moves, getting some room to run.
I think Johnson's going to spend a timeout here. They have stopped the clock at 3:17. I can't think of any other reason why the clock would stop. Now they've restarted the clock. I'm not sure why they stopped it at all, but I thought maybe Johnson was going to spend a timeout there, but they're not. So the clock running now with 3 minutes to go.
The referee down handling the football placement in the middle of the field, had his arm going in a windmill, telling them to run the clock. Not sure why it stopped, but he was ready to go.
Hopper in the backfield with Caden Keith. He's had a solid performance this evening. Keith hands it to Hopper once again. A very short gain. I don't think he got the first down. What do you think, Noah? Still short?
He's going to be short of the first down by at least a couple yards. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, but he didn't get anything more than that.
I think Johnson's going to spend a timeout here with 2:31 remaining. We'll take a quick timeout ourselves. It is 38-24 Pieper over the Johnson Jaguars. This is Warrior football.
Who's going to decide if this generation carries on our way of life? All of us. Hui, Western Original.
Two minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and Pieper leads it 38-24. And you would think right now they're just interested in running the clock, and we've had some very good performances from a number of players here this evening. John Hamilton, certainly a standout offensively for Pieper. Rolling to the right, looking downfield. Pass is caught inbounds. This is Champagne. And then he gets hit while he was out of bounds. He took one they didn't really need to take that time. Champagne with another solid performance this evening for the Warriors. Moves the chains. And this one's just about in the back pocket here for Pieper.
And I can't remember if I made this up in my head or if I said it out loud or if I wanted to say it out loud. I don't remember what happened, but in my head I went, wow, wouldn't that be cool if they went for it on fourth down and try to just keep the football? And then they did that, which nobody's going to know if I actually did that. I'm on the only one who's
You actually said that during the break. I will back you up on that. So now again, with 2:05 to go and just a matter of running out the clock right now for Pieper. They scored 38 last week, right?
They did.
So
how about that?
Second week in a row, unless they score here, and I don't think they're going to, unless they just go right down the field. But it would be the second week in a row they get 38 points on the board, so they got to be happy with that offense.
Never say never. There could be a happy accident.
Right now, I think they're more interested in the clock running than putting points on the board.
Absolutely.
With a minute and a half remaining. I'm going to have you take a look at the future schedule for the Warriors here in just a moment, Noah, as they're basically just running it out here with 1:20 remaining in the ball game. There's a 2nd down and 7 play here for Pieper. Caden Keith is going to hand it to Brady Hopper, and all he wants to do is stay in bounds, and he does that and does a little bit more as he gets a good pickup down to the 25-yard line. Next up at Davenport. That's a 7 o'clock start. I got to see Davenport last week with a win over Veterans Memorial.
That's not going to be an easy football game.
Nope. That's a road game at Davenport. Not far geographically. Inside a minute now to go. And they probably are going to have to run 1 or 2 more plays. And that'll be it. In fact, they're going to run this clock down, play clock down, as you mentioned earlier, Noah, just to get it down as far as they need to before they take the snap.
We're just going to hold it and see what happens.
Yeah, he can go to his knee. Go to your knee at some point, I guess, but they're just going to run out the clock.
Good game.
Right now, though, the clock is stopped at 30.7 seconds. So I know they want to get this clock started back up, and now the official says, let's run this thing out.
That was so odd. I've never seen that before.
So for the second straight week, the Pieper Warriors offense puts 38 points up on the board. An impressive 38-24 win over Johnson. The Jaguars dropped to 1-1. Offensive player of the game, John Hamilton for Pieper. Defensive player of the year, Jackson Hopper. They both came up with big plays. Hamilton with his running and Hopper with an interception and several key stops defensively.
Jackson Hopper looked great tonight. John Hamilton, 3 tutties on the ground. He was so impressive for the Warriors offense when the passing game made a lot of room for the running game, and John Hamilton took so much advantage of that. Great game overall. Fantastic game by the Pieper Warriors.
The final score, 38-24. Pieper now 2-0 at Davenport next week, and Johnson drops to 1-1. We'll be back to wrap things up when we come back on the Warrior Football Network.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board-certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
A solid win this evening for the Pieper Warriors, 38-24 over the Jaguars. They scored early. They kept the lead. They never trailed in this ball game, and pretty much a wire-to-wire for Pieper.
We didn't have as many electric touchdowns, one might say, as the game last week against Bernie for Pieper, but that's not to say that we didn't have as many touchdowns or as many points. Same amount of points, 38 points this week, 38 points last week. What was on display this week was the run game, Piper's run game, and it wasn't just Caden Keith. Pre-game, I was telling you, Bill, I said, I'm so excited for this game. Sure, I'm also really excited to watch Caden Keith do his thing. We got to see some of that. We really got to see John Hamilton show out.
3 different touchdown runs by John Hamilton, an 11-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Keith. And also Hopper had a touchdown run, a 1-yard touchdown run in this ball game. So as we've talked about several times throughout the course of the ball game, everybody got in the act here. So a complete team victory for Pieper. And next up at Davenport.
At Davenport. That's not going to be an easy game. That is a crosstown rival, like you were saying. Geographically, not that far away. You know the visitor side's going to be full. You know the home side's going to be full. And you know it's going to be rowdy.
For our producer, Travis Banks, and for Noah Torr, my name is Bill Schoening, and for our entire crew here in San Antonio, the final score tonight, 38-24, Pieper with the win over Johnson. Good night, everybody.